Jamaica, 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 Jamaica.
My attack is a massive, it's got the power that snap. When I clap and I clap, because you know it's a rap. Said you never can snare us, we know it's a trap. It's like a lyrical trap, when we're running on tracks. With the hammer or the guns, gonna smash it at 4. Gonna smash it and grab it, always looking for more. Drop them like a bad habit, pick up a couple we're bored. Beating French on the counter, so you know that it's raw. It's a lyrical miracle with a lyrical spill. Always keep it original like a red in the wheel. So you know that it's typical and we got the appeal. With the barrage of work, they get your lyrical shield. Got the keys to the city, that means we got to unlock. Like a Taliban soldier, we're blowing up spots. If your head is a target, then we're licking it off. OCD is the hardest with the lyrical shot.
I'm coming with the rudeness, I proved it, I'm ruthless. Twist up your mind and work it out like a Rubik's. I do this, doing it for time I pursue this. So slick up on the beat, verbally I spew this. Rudeness, intelligence, not crudeness. So slick on the beat with that smooth shit. OCD movement, ain't no room for no losers. 4 torn warriors covered in bruises. A single arrow cuts through 4 nooses. Don't confuse this with a scene from the movies. We stand firm that you'll never ever move. We penetrate deeper than the roots of an oak tree. OCD is enough to make you OD. Throw your hands in the air like you fucking know me.
This one we're sending out to roll soldiers and road juice, the ones rolling. If you're an older or old group, if you're holding, put a very spliff in the air. If you're sick of any prickings, tell a prick while he's there, watch us lift it. Man and call spirits in the flesh, mandolin guitars calm it to harmonise death, heavens chanting. While the snakes charm by the dead, the flow mantras, the holy Dalai Lama can bless his bananas. But I'm classed as nanas and nuts, so I clash with anybody twisting arms on my bruv, that's my brothers. Governments harm what I love, son, I'm loving for this government. The armor's built up, I react, take stand and defend what I'm building. It's a fact, kill a man and defend what we're building, so relax. Take a second for more, progress to anything you want, but tend to your force.
Let me bust this verbal soliloquy. You better trust it's the hottest shit from OCD. Original cypher, deliver us and back to the crowd any hype that they given us. I spit the high grade farm by the Mujahideen. First we surveyed, then we chose to flood the scene. Surrounded by the filth, now it's squeaky clean. Being left on the shelf was never the dream. Watch us propagate the next breed of higher strains. And in a long way escaping some dire strains. That's how the block plays when you're reaching higher planes. Forget the block days when you see the fire blaze. Blows are individual, never indivisible. Always been the case since back in the day. Been lyrical since DJ first scratched the play. Now it's typical, the sound boys are backing away.
Jamaica, 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 Jamaica.
The world is a wonderful place with lots of things to see and lots of things to touch and lots of things to smell and lots of things to taste. But there are some things that can make you sick, called poison.
Oh my, not a full-on danger alert, but there does appear to be an alarming increase in children mistaking medicine for candy.
Poison. 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 Poison dart. Straight to the heart, mate. Now a sound boy won't partake. It's not a game. In no arcade, I shoot like a cupid. I'm causing them heartache. Cry me a river. Like your last day. I was a sinner, but that's in the past, mate. We don't talk no more. What's going on now? You never wanna parlay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. No one mentioned, no one named. And I move on the track like a high-speed train that is never derailed by leaf nor rain. Relentless on a long campaign. Darts of fire with a pinpoint aim. My METHOD of delivery to bring you the pain. Poison darts straight to the heart, and this rhythm's gonna tear them apart. Oh, my beats has mastered the craft. Take it back from the end to the start. Poison darts straight to the heart. This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast. And above so below, the first shall be last. Poison, 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 poison. Darts might tear through armored plates, accelerate at alarming rates, and wipe a smile off a charming face, then stop the war by disarming states. Like whoa, stop. Who broke the ceasefire? Grab the mic lead and choke the town crier. No matter what transpire, I slice through beef just like cheese wire. Rain on them with a heavy artillery. Painstaking workplace, sick as delivery. Leaving them seeking a seizure, bulging veins. Capillaries enter the bloodstream intravenously. Rhyme schemes invade you seamlessly. No vaccine, conveniently. Fatalities are occurring frequently. Poison darts straight to the heart, and this rhythm's gonna tear them apart. craft. Take it back from the end to the start. Poison dart, straight to the heart. This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast. As above so below, the first shall be last. Poisonous, new forms more lethal. Evil spawn infects more people. They write the law, so it's legal. The poison dart is a nurse's needle. Shot first from a GP's pen. Chosen first from the DSM. To target women, children and men. So there's a remedy for defense. The reality gets much worse. Sick minds no less than perverse. They pay on the vaccine to fatten the purse. 6 months before the outbreak's rehearsed. Think about it. Let's make things clear. Inside the mind's the final frontier. Our demise has been engineered, so seek the truth or succumb to the fear. Poison dart, straight to the heart. And this rhythm's gonna tear them apart. Oma Beats has mastered the craft. Take it back from the end to the start. Poison dart, straight to the heart. This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast. As above so below, the first shall be last.
Stop. Ask first. Is this good for us? Stop. Ask first. It could be poisonous.
How do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, what's the end goal? The end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society. They want a one-world government controlled by them. Everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip.
Welcome back, pheasants. It's the one and only.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
Did you do that quick switcheroo there?
I did, yeah. Just
nice
because
one.
the overlay was on there.
Welcome back, Andy PG.
Word to your nan. How's
What-
it going, guys?
Yes, word to everyone's nan.
88 peasants tuned in, the magic number.
Big shout out to everyone that tuned in. I'm just going to change the settings so that we can actually see. I don't know how we're going to do that. Overlay off. That's it. That's the setting I'm looking for. We are live.
We've had a busy week this week.
I was about to say this
Yeah.
has been. I'm just getting the level. Can we get some feedback from the comment section? Are we sounding our normal crystal clear selves? Is this the level of Ramesh quality that you would expect from a Friday night broadcast? Big shout out to Twisted Individual. I see you there. We have been busy, Andy PG.
We have this week. We
Just
have.
wait for some feedback there from the comment section. Big shout out to everyone tuned in. Mr. Sister, right indeed. Can you let us
Becky,
know?
yes, would normally.
Okay.
message
I'm
me
going to
over
assume that we're sounding good.
Yeah.
So, we didn't really plan to have such a busy week, did we?
No, we didn't.
We said we'll meet up on Wednesday. We'll record some videos.
Yeah.
For the little break that's coming up because the Empress.
There we go. Hungregian, clear. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Hungregian. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, mate. We planned to meet up on Wednesday night as well as do a broadcast tonight.
Yes.
We were going to record some videos, but then the Rabbi Steen flash mob
The
happened.
Rabbi Steen flash mob, Tomek Rabbi Steen landed in Southampton, which is only about 45 minutes out of town.
So not only did we feel compelled to go and not really attend, to go and document that and to give some Ramesh commentary that
Yes.
only we can provide.
Absolutely.
Let's be honest.
Yes. And Homeless Mickey.
And yeah, with help from Homeless Mickey and a few other assorted characters. What a weird event that was.
Very strange.
Then back to it, I had to start editing that straight away to get it out instantly because obviously any kind of content like that has got a timer on it. Had to get that out instantly. Then we felt we needed to do a stream to deconstruct what had happened.
Yeah, because we wanted to review some of the footage, because a lot we left and then it fucking kicked off in a different location to where we were.
Turned into a full-scale riot.
This vigil for Henry Novak turned into a parade, and then it turned into a riot.
A massive chavvy parade, basically.
Went to multiple locations, went to the fucking family's house of the killer.
Shut down an entire street.
Launching bins and government-funded scooter bikes.
This man in people's front walls and chucking bricks at the police. I'm actually, I know we said this on Wednesday, but I'm actually glad that we didn't stick around.
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I didn't want to
involved
be
with that.
seen to be anywhere near any of that stuff. We observed a bit of craziness with things being chucked at the police and everything. I think we made the right decision.
You know the dude that was, I forget his name. I think it's John from the National Rebirth Party.
National Rebirth Party.
The one in
Who's
the
that?
tweed suit with the moustache, slicked back.
Oh,
hair.
the guy that's like a sort of, he looks like he's come off the Titanic. That's
Yeah,
what people were
yeah.
saying.
Right.
Right.
He was having a scrap with the police right at the front,
Wearing a suit.
wearing a suit, tweed suit, and somebody's done a meme of him. Right, I saw it.
seen it,
He was in a bin, like, and the bin's like a
Like a-
Nazi tank.
So, yeah, it's been a busy week for us, and obviously tonight we are doing a customer services show. So I'm just going to let you know, although the phone lines aren't open yet, tonight we are accepting WhatsApp calls. So that means it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can call in on WhatsApp. Here's the number: 07983 696691. Yes, our number has a 666 in it.
Currently 112 peasants tuned in.
Big shout out to everyone tuned in. Now, we are going to be speaking to the beer guy shortly, and I'm going to explain who he is and why we're going to speak to him in just a moment, because we've had a... I'm going to say something straight away. I wish we didn't need to go to events like this to go sort of viral. But me and Andy PGO was very honest. We went for this for two reasons. One, we felt we needed to go and document it, and two, it's a good opportunity to get content that's
To be right-wing grifters.
That's good. You have to be a right-wing grifter to appear on the algorithm nowadays. Our normal content is like down here. As soon as we go and stand near the right-wing grifters and film them, it's like
Al Gore promotes us.
Al Gore promotes us, and we find that is a good way to get.
So we're
extra
literally
eyes.
grifting. At least we're honest about it.
No,
At least
no,
we're
we're
honest about the
literally telling
grifting.
you right
Yeah,
now
yeah,
that
yeah.
this is part of the reason we've done it. One of the videos of the moment silence has got 1.6 million views. Like, when do we ever get views like that?
Yeah.
So
Especially when you're talking about Kosher 19.
we are working the algorithm. We've had very
Al Gore, you work for us.
as always, right? Is that no? I'm just seeing if that camera's being jittery. It's not. As always, when we do stuff outside of the studio that involves the general public and interacting in Clown World, although we deliberately insert ourselves into Clown World,
Yes, absolutely.
sometimes in very comedic ways.
Yeah.
We get very mixed feedback, don't we, Andy?
Yes,
PG?
we do. Yeah.
Some
yeah.
people have been like, "This is hilarious, nice one, lads." Others said no one does it. No one was going to go there and give the commentary that you two were giving. Like, Rabbi Steen is leading the Israelites across the desert.
Amazing. Like,
Right?
We've also had long-term listeners of the show, like just
Saying that we are turning into right-wing grifters.
yeah, and
Okay, so we've had that feedback as well, and also a lot of the feedback we've had is, why are you boys even entertaining this obvious psyop, fake event, hoax? Now, first of all, I don't believe we ever said that there wasn't any psyoping going on.
no,
Certainly didn't say that. Did we?
no.
We never said that.
No.
But a lot of people are going to this position again of everything being fake, and that's absolutely fine. Tonight, when we open the phone lines, we want to hear from people that think that this Henry Novak murder is fake, a
And
hoax, and gay, and why we've got it wrong by treating it as if it's real. You know, going and filming people at the protest, all acting out that it's real, hitting police cars, saying I can't breathe and stuff like that. You know, I think we've been quite open about why we've gone there to film it. And I can honestly say, was anybody else occupying the position that we were occupying in the media?
No,
sense?
we even said to young Bob, we said we're here to, when they asked us about, are we Japanese nationalists because of our t-shirts, We said no. Like I said, we're reappropriating the symbol.
I said we've
but rising
culturally
above the,
culturally reappropriated the symbol.
to rise above the left-right paradigm.
Yeah. Oh, mate, the amount of jip we've got for speaking to young Bob.
He was nice. I like
He's
young
a
Bob.
nice young
Yeah,
lad.
I like young Bob.
Do you know what? I'm not a Christian nationalist, and I'm not a Zionist.
No,
But
he's an Orthodox Christian.
he is a Zionist. He is a Zionist.
No, he's not. No,
he's not.
No, he doesn't like Israel.
Oh no, he doesn't like
doesn't
Israel.
like
Because
Israel.
people were calling him an
Oh no,
Israeli shield.
Josh put him on. Well, apparently he has done some work for Rebel Media,
Yes.
but doesn't mean he's an Israeli shield, does he?
No, I think he's like a Anglo first person.
Yeah, me
isn't
too.
he?
He's 100%. He's all about restore Britain and basically.
I would also reiterate to everyone that criticises us for what we've done, we are always open to speak to everyone, and we always make an effort to speak to everyone. But the only problem is that when we've inserted ourselves in Clown World in the last couple of years, only one side of Clown World will ever give us the time of day. It's
Yeah,
the
we
it's-
tried.
It's the right-wing patriot side. People on the other side just instantly they take one look at us and call us Nazis and fascists.
Apart from Josh.
And wankers. Apart from Josh, he was sound, and that's why we respect Josh. And actually, do you know what? Josh sent me a message. He said, "Lance, hats off to you boys. Your analysis of what happened, I think, is actually spot on." I think he was talking about the pie chart.
Yeah,
I'm going to give credit to you because you came up with those figures, and I think you actually nailed it.
That was what I saw there. It was what I saw there.
It was 33% concerned citizens.
Yeah, who were actually there to be respectful,
Pay their respects,
and do a vigil, and then at least 50% of the people there were there for this is a collective umbrella for a piss up, a parade, just a jolly day out.
They they thought a lot of them were talking as if it was a Unite the Kingdom rally.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
The kids that I was talking to were like, "Have you been to one of these before?" And I was like, "What do you mean, a vigil for someone's dead?" He goes, "No, a Unite the Kingdom rally." And I was thinking, this isn't a Unite the Kingdom rally.
No.
So,
And do you know what? when we were talking on the way home, when we saw it, because Becky was sending me videos as we were driving home, I was saying it's all kicking off now. They're throwing bricks at the police. When we were just talking, Rabbi Steen's not there at the front line.
No.
Nor is Falcone. All the
were-
people that are there winding up the peasants.
we were there, stood not right at the front, but in the middle of the crowd when Rabbi Steen got on the mic, and the mood instantly changed.
It's like that, instant.
He started shouting and snarling and snorting, and it's like, and he radicalism.
Next to Lawrence Fox.
And he started talking about things that were nothing to do with what was going on. He essentially hijacked the whole thing, and then before you know it, he started talking about the murderer's family.
He was talking about
who were all up on charges.
The dad of the killer was actually in court that day on the Wednesday. He was actually in court for his charges.
And then Rabbi Steen starts shouting more, and before you know it, the
Rabbi
whole crowd have started turning around.
Rabbi
People are
Steen-
getting pythons, fucking speakers.
Rabbi Steen actually, that's borderline incitement what he did there.
He did.
He was saying to the peasants, really larily on the mic, getting everyone riled up. He was saying, these people that tried to divert the course of justice, the mum, the dad, the brother, they're walking around.
He's like
they're walking around.
Someone saw him at West Quay Shopping Centre yesterday.
They're just
He's on the
walking
streets.
around amongst everyone. How is that all right?
He goes, we know where they live. We know. And
then the next
I'm
thing you
like,
know,
what is going on?
thousands of people start marching down the street.
We were there literally in the thick of it. The march, when we got to the first destination, when they started really starting to riot, we Googled or Google mapped how long it would take to walk back to where we'd walk from, and it was an hour's walk.
51 minutes.
It was a proper
Yeah,
stomp.
yeah.
It wasn't like they just walked down the road. They'd basically sort of taken over the centre of Southampton.
Is it Portswood Police
Portswood.
Station?
I got it
we
wrong
went
in the
to?
video. I said Portishead. That's in
Port-
Bristol.
Portswood Police Station. But I think they were where they were actually proper kicking off. The videos that Becky was sending me when we were driving home, that was the police line outside or on the road of the killer's family home.
Imagine living next door to the killer.
Mate, you've seen people's bins everywhere, just launched all up and down the road.
Absolutely
People's
mad.
fucking garden walls dismantled.
Yeah, Carl Rattigan. Have you not seen the clip? We've been. Oh, fuck it. Let's get the clip up. Do you know what I mean? What are we talking about?
Whip that bad boy.
Yeah,
up
let's
on
have a
the
look at
table.
some of these clips.
Currently 144 peasants tuned in. Guys, don't forget to share the stream to your friends, your nan especially. Don't be fooled that I'm a part of a political party in my Restore Britain T-shirt this evening, guys. I've just done it for maximum enragement.
Yeah, we're just
people.
trying to bait people. Let me know if you can hear the screen. I'll just go to the reels.
But yeah, spicy on
it's Rise Above.
Tuesday evening was very.
Do you know what? I need to just unshare the screen so that we can get the audio. One
I
sec.
did very much enjoy the hotel we had our parade pint at.
What the Novotel?
Yeah, Novotel was very, very clean. There was no people from the Indian subcontinent.
All right, don't worry. I'm going to play all the clips. Let's just give people a little recap. These are the clips that have gone out so far. There are more to come, and I have to stress that all of the footage is on Patreon.
Above TV, I'm Lance. This is Andy PG.
It's Andy PG.
We are here in Southampton, outside of Southampton Central Police Station, the day after the body cam footage of the murder of Henry Novak has been released. Vikram Digwa has been sentenced to life for the murder of Henry Novak. That much we know, but the body cam footage is wrong.
It's damning. It doesn't paint the police, the Hampshire Constabulary, in a good light at all. As you can see, there's lots and lots of people here. They are not happy at all, Lance.
Yeah, we've got here 5 minutes before the official start of this protest, and there is already an angry, baying mob stood outside of Southampton police station. We've seen a video from Tommy Rabbistein. He's apparently on his way to come and speak as well, talking about white racism from the police, and the chants behind us are racist police off our street.
That's another thing, right? Right, all of these protests, the left and the right retards, they both use the same off our streets. They just put something different in front of it.
Yeah. That's what I thought was particularly lame. Is these guys were copying the people that they take the piss out of.
Yeah, and they do it outside the migrant hotels as well. When they say Nazi scum off our street, they say like left wing scum off our street or lefty scum off our street or whatever.
Yeah, you can't copy them. You've got to be
No,
better.
yes, retarded.
Gentlemen, would you care to comment on the Henry Novak murder? You don't know much about it? No. Have you not seen the news today?
I have seen the news.
Yeah. Would you care to comment about it?
Have you seen the body cam footage?
I wasn't there, so I don't
No.
know.
Have you seen the body cam footage?
I have not,
No. It's pretty damning. Pretty damning.
no. I'll tell you what of it, but I wasn't there, so I won't comment on it.
Okay, man.
This guy's like a literal NPC. He was barely struggling to even say that.
Couple of little fags, lads.
Rabbistein.
They were.
There's lots of phones in the air.
It
As
must be.
Rabbistein
It must be
arrived,
the
let's have a look.
arrival of Tomek himself.
Looks like someone's just arrived.
I think that was actually Lawrence
Here
Fox arriving.
outside of Southampton police station.
Lance, go to the side. Go to the side.
Is this where we spot
Lovely
young
smell
Bob?
of cannabis in the air.
Oh no, I think that's the next one. Oh, it might be.
Rise Above TV is reporting
it's this
from the scene. Here
Live
at
in Southampton.
police station. Oh, it's young Bob.
Is it young Bob?
Young Bob.
Young Bob.
Can you
It's
say hello
wild.
to Rise Above TV?
Hello, what's your name?
Rise Above TV.
Rise Above TV.
I'm Andy. This is
Rise
Lance.
Above.
We're big fans of your work, mate. We've seen you online.
Big fans of Rise Above TV.
Thank
now,
you, sir.
I say.
Thank you, sir.
Fine taste.
You're like Japanese nationalists or something.
No, not at all. No,
For
no.
the Japanese
We have
sun.
reappropriated this symbol to be something different, to rise above the left-right narrative, the Hegelian dialect. That's where we're coming from.
We started our podcast in August 2020 and we've been going strong ever since. But we're now commenting on sort of
You're rising
geopolitical
above
stuff.
it, can I say?
Absolutely,
Thank
we
you
are.
for being here. This
Young Bob, why is it so important that we're here today to protest outside of Southampton Police Station?
Because if we don't, no one else will. And if this was an ethnic minority, or if this was an issue of like a left wokist agenda of, well, we have systemic racism, even though most of the systemic racism comes from the white British working class because they've been trodden on for so long. And if this was, for example, a George Floyd in the United Kingdom, we would immediately see politicians. And if this,
I'm going to go to this is
Oh yes.
this is the moment's silence. Listen carefully.
Do it again. Go back.
Yeah,
You got. It's in the background, guys. You've got to listen there.
Someone shouts fucking pigs really loud in different venues, and they cycle directly up to us. Here he is.
He's saying you just broke the minute of silence for Henry Miller.
I didn't know. Hold on now, just tell me.
Timing is everything.
Did you hear me?
Yeah. Everyone.
Dirty pig bastards. I hate the police. Do you know what this is done under? You have to get the bike. Found it, right? VAT, vulnerable assessment tool. So basically, if there's a situation and they're unsure of it, right, they have to arrest the white man first. It's the same in the family court. So normally you go for a hearing, right? But if they think that the person's at risk, they take... Normally it's word against word.
Right.
But it's not word against word if there's a brown person involved or it's a male and a female. That's what I'm saying.
Actually, they did look like they tried to rush the doors at one point there, or they gained more ground.
White Audits was leading the charge.
Yeah, yes, he was. Yeah, well, he's a big fella, as you know.
I love it how he's like the official auditor of the right wing entourage.
Absolutely,
man.
absolutely.
He was right in the middle.
He gets let straight to the front. But yeah, we're just going to finish up our pint here and go round. There's Union Jacks everywhere. There is no. We haven't seen an Israeli flag yet.
No, there's been no Israeli flag,
which is a good sign. So yeah.
Yeah, no Sikh people here.
No, I think that would be a foolish move.
Probably.
Or a really good move if there was a few of them came to...
Let's be fair, I've seen a lot of posts from the Sikh community completely condemning Vikram.
Me too, I have as well.
And obviously there's this conversation about the Kirpan that's going on now as well.
And that's the blade, Lance, is it? The ceremonial blade.
Yeah,
the ritualistic knife.
And it looks like we've bumped into a member of the Ramish community. What are you saying?
How's it going? Just waiting for Tommy Robinstein's speech. See how we get on.
You're a Southampton local, aren't you, mate?
Yeah.
Rabbi Steen. This is the bit I was just talking about where Rabbi Steen starts like fucking shouting and really going mad.
Inciting, lad.
He's inciting.
Rabbi Steen is getting angry.
When he's walking the streets this morning. He's walking these streets this morning.
That's what I mean. He just said there. He's walking the streets this morning. He's talking about the brother or the dad, I think.
Yeah. I think it is. Rabbi Steen is getting spicy. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I think Rabbi Steen just ordered everyone to go somewhere else, like to another police station. I heard people saying, let's go to a migrant hotel and start beating people up.
Yeah, mate, that's excessive.
Yeah, things are getting really spicy.
There's a lot of tension in the air here. Someone said in one of the comments under one of these reels, fuck me, Andy's turning into a right-wing gammon.
Yeah, it's this person here, Dennis Smith, who talks. He also says your main NPC Cabbage Patcher, Epstein, and Tommy put us attention on Muslims. Add paper. And mate,
I'm not a gammon, man. Come on, I'm not a gammon.
This guy's going on some weird
stuff. It's Falcone.
Oh, we spotted Falcone.
Where's the picture of the golfer?
We're going for Nick Falcone.
No justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace.
See the gypsy security detail there, just hoisted the. He's got the full sound system.
He's got a big
No
Bluetooth
justice,
speaker
on his shoulder.
no peace, no justice, no peace.
Wait a minute, isn't that like an Antifa or BLM chant as well? No justice,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
peace.
it's the same-
It's
it's
so
the same
lame. Why don't they make their own chants?
Nick, would you have 5 minutes to Rise Above TV? We interviewed you in Bournemouth. I remember. Yeah, good. You?
See, at this point, Falcone's told us to walk with him, but
Falcone remembered us.
Yeah, he likes us.
I wanted to put it on him about Israel. This is going to be my chance. But
yeah.
then you see what happened next.
You're getting there, lads. Stick to him.
Stick to Falcone.
So, I'm getting elbowed out of the way by the gypsy security.
Make way, please! Make way!
Why has this man got a python? He's got a python. What is actually going on?
This is the best bit.
What's with the python, dude?
I'm a python, mate. The python's sick, and he's white, and I love English, mate. And it's nothing to do with white or black in the first place.
He goes, the python's white and he's English.
But it's nothing to do with white and black.
Nothing to do with white or black.
Yeah, but we've got to respect everything that's going on at the moment, yeah? And I love my fucking country, and so does my fucking python.
Don't lose Falcone.
This is an albino python.
Cheers, brother. Yeah, do you want any more?
No, that's all good.
Do you want any more? It's a fucking quarter of a meal.
Oh my god.
So the flash mob has dispersed. Rabbi Steen is leading the Israelites across the desert. Right, they're literally walking down the motorway. This is mad. I don't know if this was planned. We're back. We've swapped over the camera. The Rabbi Steen flash mob is now moving along the motorway. I believe it's going to another police station. Portishead. Rise Above TV is here, as always, reporting from the scene, live and direct.
Like at this point, we didn't know where we were.
Live from Southampton.
We didn't know where we were going. Some people saying we're going to another police station. Others were saying we were going to the house to kill us. Some people were saying we're going to court.
Some people were saying we're going to
Traffic is stopped. We've got patriots here waving flags.
The microphone wasn't working at this point.
He's shouting, "Take your country back" from his car. I don't know if this was planned, but the flash mob outside the police station has now turned into a march, and I believe they're heading toward Portiswood Police Station, which is the police station in question where the officers that handcuffed Henry Novak work.
To the house, apparently, mate.
Whose house?
The fella's house that stabbed him.
What, Vikram Digwar's house? Is that where we're going?
I think so.
Holy shit, okay. So apparently we're not going to the police station. This flash mob is going to Vikram Digwar's house. Whoa.
So you can't say Rise Above doesn't get in the thick of it
No,
with our
we're right in
reporting.
there. Right, just for the record as well, this was horrible. Like, this was absolutely horrible. Being around, being around this many peasants was just, it was so peasanty. It was so like basic bitch.
But people that were coming up to us that were like grabbing the mic were wrecked.
Yeah. They were just smashed.
pissed.
They were just here for a fucking piss, having a jolly. And like Lance just said earlier, Tomac Rabbi Steen parade, Unite the Kingdom parade.
Yeah. Oh, obviously, if this really is a mob heading to Vikram Digwar's house, then we have to. We want to separate ourselves from this mob. It seems like Rabbi Steen. Holy shit! It's Billy Moore. So the flash mob has this.
I think we've got.
Fucking hell! Everyone's here today. Big up Billy Moore.
We did get an interview with Billy Moore, but the mic, the audio on it was shit. There was a lot of noise in the background.
Sadly, the audio didn't come
But he
out.
was sound. Billy Moore was sound.
Billy Moore is sound as fuck.
Throwing stuff at the police car here.
They're throwing stuff up by the police.
It's getting spicy here.
Yeah, it's getting spicy. Rise Above here is live reporting on the scene. There's literally thousands of people, a few hours notice.
But the police, right? They weren't. This wasn't scripted. This wasn't fake and gay.
No.
Like you could see the police trying to do their best to get in front of the front line, and like cordon off roads and put some railings and stuff like that.
But they just didn't know where it was
They
going.
didn't know where it was going. I mean, nor did we, and we were in it.
Let's follow them up. We're from Rise Above TV. You're that dude, you're DeMarco TV.
Cozzy. Yeah, not
Cozzy.
DeMarco.
Sorry, bro. We're some fairy YouTubers, not like you hard Northern bastard.
What's that?
The comment here, all pythons matter.
Big shout out to everyone
From
that's
that
tuned
hurt.
in. I like Carl Rattigan's comment here. Wait a minute.
What have we got?
Obviously, you're going to have a few beers if you're going to a riot.
It's what I mean, right? When we were sitting having a pint before we started recording, we saw people turning up, and before we went for a pint, actually, we just saw individuals turn up, and they'd be putting on their roadman ski masks and like balaclavas, or putting up their bandanas, which they've got tied around their neck to cover their face. There was plenty of that going on. There was, and furthermore, it was hard to find a group of people which were actually all from Southampton, all locals. There were so many people from out
The
of
real
town.
hardcore right wingers and rioters were definitely from out of town. They'd gone there specifically to do that.
To have a go at the
They've
pitch,
been
yeah.
waiting for this opportunity.
Yeah. And whether a portion of those were put up to it by the state, that's up for debate and perfectly possible. But there was a large number of people there.
Don't underestimate
this
that some
dude-
people love to smash things
Like
up.
this dude fucking he didn't grab the mic. Like Lance said, okay, yeah, I'll give you an interview. But he asked us to interview him. didn't
He hassled me,
He fucking
basically.
went on for ages, and I was filming it, and I could see in his pocket, of his tracksuit pocket, a half-litre bottle of vodka, half empty. And like, no wonder he was going. I just turned the camera off at that
Some
point.
of the things he was saying to me were fucking crazy.
He kept coming up to me and saying, "You can blur my face, right? Blur my face."
He's
I'm
like, you just come up to me and force me into a 10-minute interview,
And
and,
he
and
said-
now
he
you're
said-
asking to blur your face.
Yeah, and he said, yeah, but I said some shit. And I felt like I said to him, bro, you said nothing. You literally said nothing the whole fucking 10 minutes.
There was something quite alarming. He said, "I'm not going to lie." He told me about this dream he had. I didn't.
God.
I didn't
Oh,
put it
God.
in. I didn't put it in the video on purpose. I might release it on Patreon because this kid was like probably 18, 19 years old, and like this dream he was telling me about.
The problem is you're a fucking retard.
He goes, "I swear this is a vision. It's going to come true, bruv." I'll put that out on Patreon. And just while Andy PG's going for a moment, I'll just do some promo. I will remind you that there is a whole 45 minutes completely uncut. In fact, I lied. The only thing I cut out was that nutter. That was the only thing we cut out. And the Billy Moore interview because the audio wasn't any good. So we're going to open the phone. In fact, I'm not going to open the phone lines. In a minute, we're going to speak to the beer guy. Because I've seen he's doing some gematria in the comments there. We have to. We've already had heat for treating this as a real happening. A lot of people think this is just another thing on the world stage. It's fake and gay.
Is that like the Ariana Grande concert which didn't happen, the bombing? Fake and gay.
Yeah, that's fake and gay as well. Right.
Fucking hell.
Okay, so we've showed you the clips. We've showed you the
Guys,
clips.
if you want the full unedited, I think was it 45 minutes?
Yeah.
The video. Sign up to Patreon, £3 a month, $3.33. Yeah, get your shekels out.
Right, so I think.
Also, shout out to Tom, a new Patreon subscriber there. My man Tom.
Have we had a missed call on here?
I didn't hear the phone line ring.
No, I didn't either.
I didn't see it either. It's been right in front of me.
Okay. Right, should we open the phone line?
Let's do it.
Right, guys, the phone lines are open. The number is on the screen. WhatsApp. We want to hear from the beer guy first because we want to hear particularly from people.
He's in the chat. He's in the chat.
He's in the chat. We want to hear particularly from people that think that we've got it wrong by treating this as a real murder, and we want to hear from people that think this is a hoax and it's fake. Let's have you on the show. Call up. 07983. It's yeah, you've got to do +44 because it's WhatsApp. +44 7983 696 691. I'll tell you what else I'm going to do as well. I'm also going to put the Restream link because maybe you're sat on a computer. I'm going to put the Restream link.
A computer.
A computer.
Shout out to David Icke.
Copy the invite link. Here is the Restream link. That means you can actually join us. You don't have to be on camera, but you'll be joining us through Restream. I'm going to put that in the comment section now.
Can they be on camera if they want not?
Yes, they absolutely can.
There is that option, guys. If you want to be on camera, that's perfect.
Yeah, but not everybody does. So
No.
So I'm just gonna.
I don't even like being on camera.
I'm just gonna put that up there. The link is right there. That is the link to get into the studio. It's in the comment section. Maybe I should pin it to the top. Can we do that?
Comment here from BLA, big love, always big love.
Get that on the screen.
Let's
start the conversation with this.
How can anyone be so sure it's all a false flag psyop?
This is kind of where I'm going with it, because the problem that I have is that I know that false flags
Kyle
exist.
Rattigan here, he's saying I think it was a real murder. Correct, so do I.
I know that psyops exists, and I know that hoaxes happen, and I know some events are hybrids of all three.
Lance, surely right. The event can be organic, but can be used as a psyop.
Absolutely.
That's the.
I am always of the thought that if you give me a list of all the possible things it can be, the answer is all of the above.
All of the above.
Because in the grand scheme
The
of
third
things,
option.
in the spectrum of something being completely organically real and no one's lied about it and everyone saw what happened accurately, and the other end of the spectrum is a completely planned, scripted hoax event where everyone that's involved is an actor, where it's filmed, the people in on it, the people filming in it are in on it as well, and it's a complete illusionary fabrication that's presented to everyone and everyone's fooled.
Complete theatre, Michael.
So if those are the two ends of the spectrum, my argument is that the things happening at either end of the spectrum are probably rare, and most of the stuff happening is within the spectrum, and that means it's happening between those two polarities of being completely organically real and completely fake. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Should we get the pad out?
Okay, of course. What am I
Should we get the pad out?
Okay. Right, so go something.
The left-right paradigm.
This is a brand new concept, and Beer Guy, feel free to join us anytime you want. The number is on the screen.
Beer Guy's just commenting here. What's the WhatsApp? It's
literally on the screen.
It's on the screen. It's going.
It's +44 798.
Do you want to slow that down a bit, Lance? Can we slow that down?
Is it too fast?
Yeah, it's going quite quick.
It is quite fast. How do you slow it down? Captions. I don't know how you slow it down.
That's going quite quick, isn't it?
It is going quite quick.
Slightly blurry. Well, I don't know if that's my eyes. I am 40 now.
I think people can still see that. I think people can still see it. I'm going to give people the benefit of the doubt.
There we go. He's commented saying yes. He's realised. I'm expecting a call any minute.
Okay. So here's the scale. At this end.
In Chinese, Michael.
100% fake and gay. Okay. I'll go for a different colour. At the under end of the scale, you have this polarity, where it's 100% organic
and genuine.
Genuine. Okay. What I'm trying to say is that world events are very unlikely to be either one of these poles exclusively. They're likely to exist.
Yeah, someone else has put in the chat here. Phew, thought it was me. It took me ages to write it down. They talk about the number on the screen.
Okay, all right. I apologise, guys.
Yeah.
I will find out the settings to turn the speed down.
To be fair, on us, the fucking restream keeps changing shit, and it's not for the better.
It changes every week.
It's like the government.
And we can barely keep up. We can barely keep up with the changes. So the WhatsApp is 07983. You need to do +4. +44 7983 696
Here we go, Michael. We're
691. Hello, welcome to Rise Above.
Yo.
Is that the beer guy?
It certainly is, sir.
No, good evening to you, beer guy. Do you go by beer or guy, or what do you like?
Call me what you like, brother.
Is that how we should address you, as the beer guy?
Yeah. Well, when I first ever went to a meeting thing, it was Nathan Oakley had set up some flat Earth thing at the Leicester Space Station.
Not an AA meeting.
No, it was flat Earth. It was when it was first coming about, probably about 15 years, 20 years, I don't really know, sometime long ago. Everyone was asking everyone's name, and I was just like, "Beer guy." I was I'm the beer guy.
That's the name of your YouTube channel as well, yeah?
That's it. Yeah, yeah. Martin Leakey was there. He's cool. It had some substance, and he was running around like a man.
He's a big fan of the show. We're big fans of Martin Leakey here.
We like Martin.
Beer Guy, you've got your own CubeTube channel, and am I right in saying you specialise in gematria?
I specialise in all things, everything and a thing. I specialise in gematria.
Yep.
Numerology, date durations. I do a lot of law stuff. If you go and have a look on my channel, there's law stuff. There's guys paying the bills with their wrist, i.e. putting a pen to paper and writing on the bills, and it's settling the bills and the accounts. Yeah, I've gone into a lot of subjects and I touch on a lot of things. I try not to have too many opinions about stuff. This is just a disclaimer. Sorry if I offend anybody. I am allowed to say retard because I am technically a retard. Also, I'm allowed to use Jewish things because I'm a 32th Jew. Would you believe that or not?
Retard.
Sorry, did you say you are a 32th of a Jew?
32th Jew, yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's not.
Is this the first time we've had a Jew call in?
I don't know. I was about to say it's never stopped us.
Hang on. How does that
count as being Jewish if you're 1/32nd of a Jew?
Yeah. How does that work? Because to officially be Cubish, your mother has to be Jewish, not the father. So how does that work? You being 32% Jewish?
No, not 32%. 132. If you
sorry, 132.
One of 32 parts.
Yeah. 1/32nd. What 1/32nd of? How does that work?
1/33. To divide a person into 33 parts, I'm 1% Jewish.
So just run us through how that works.
The soundboard as well. You can put the soundboard to the side because I can do mad fucking noises and shit anyway. But yeah, I do a lot of stuff.
Okay, right.
Okay, so I'm just showing your YouTube here for everyone's reference. If you want to subscribe to the Beer Guy, this is his YouTube channel.
Let's let's get down to business. So the reason you're calling in tonight, Guy, is because you were having a slight back and forth with Lance in the comments section on social media today, and Lance said, "Please call in the show."
We've actually been meaning to speak to him for a while, but I've been waiting for the right time, and I think this is the right time because, right, Henry Novak, the murder. I've seen your calculation. Let me see if I can get it on the screen. Did you? Here we go. Let's get it. Round 2. I won't play your video, but.
What is that? Is that Facebook that's behind it? Up there.
Is this video playing?
No, wait, here you go.
That's the guy paying his bills. It took 900 quid down to 1.54 of his bills.
What is going on here?
Hold on. Yeah. What was that sound? Is that the sound on your video, dude?
That's me, yeah, that's me.
Right, okay. What we need to do is we need to get the video up and mute it because I just wanted to show the graphic on the screen. Because it's got the calculation that you posted. Because I want to see what
we need to talk over it.
Yeah, I want everyone to see it, so they can see what you're talking about. Because they might get lost once you start doing your calculations.
It's very hard to see that on a TV screen. The thing that you've got all.
All right.
I've got my TV on and I'm muted.
All right. Well, I'm going to make it big. So, run us
I don't
through.
know how white balance is out as well.
So, right, Vikram Digwa. Run us through your decode. I'm giving the floor to you, mate.
Yeah. So I started decoding it because I just started to seeing the post and everything. I weren't really bothered, you know what I mean? But yeah, everyone's posting it. It's the current thing. So I thought, I'll mess about and I'll do a decode. So 2 days after the full moon, it was leaving 212 days left in the year. On the date 02/06/2026, Vikram Digwa equals 26, was sentenced. This is 8 months and 26 days after the lunar eclipse, and it's also exactly 26 weeks after the incident took place. And then, I just gave up after that. So.
Okay, so there's a lot of 26s there.
there's a lot of the 26s. Yeah, 26 is my number as well. That's my Gmail address, thebigguy26@gmail.com.
So, what does this mean?
It's just a load of numbers, isn't it? But it's just funny how everything seems to synchronise together. There's gematria. Gematria can be used in many ways. It can be used naturally, organically, like you guys say. That you can find synchronicities in your own life and certain date durations in your own life between your own family members and your children and everything.
A lot of our listeners and viewers will know about gematria and practice it themselves. How does the 26 and the we'll call it a coincidence for argument's sake, how does all the 26 is coming up and meeting synchronicity or coincidentally, how is that applied to the Henry Novak case in regards to it being fake and gay?
You see at the bottom, it was fake, planned, scripted. I haven't extended this on my own personal notes. Psyop, false flag. So they release things on certain dates and they do things on certain days because it lines up astrologically to create more of an impact. And that's why everyone was there. It was an astrological alignment. So all when the planets align, see, there's a phrase. I do trading as well. There's a phrase in trading. Millionaires watch the news. Billionaires watch the stars.
Yes.
Yeah. I totally get that.
And we would agree with you on that.
I would agree with you. So, are you suggesting that the sentencing of Vikram Digwa was chosen to be on this date, so it fooled with this 26 lexicon with the full moon?
Yeah, to create more of an impact.
So okay,
So
yeah, I would be totally down with that. Like I would totally agree with that. That is a possibility because a lot of these occultists, social engineers, they do pay attention to astrology and other things of that ilk. However, that doesn't mean that the actual incident was fake and gay itself.
Or does it?
Or does it?
It may or may not mean that. I'm also very deeply philosophical. it may or may not mean that. It may or may not mean that it was fake and gay. It could just be. It could be AI. It could be all these other things and all these other things. I don't try and have an opinion. I don't try and say, oh, it was this, it was that.
Because with respect, you have put in your post, it was fake / planned / scripted. So that would imply
the reason. Yeah. And I don't think I'm picking on you here, beer guy, but you're obviously who we've chosen to represent this
side of the coin.
Narrative. The problem I have at the moment, and the reason I'm sort of pushing back against it a little bit, is that although I agree with everything that you've just said about choosing to release certain news stories and plan certain events on certain dates, I totally get that. But I think it can be a little bit dangerous and sometimes a little bit, forgive me for saying, lazy to say things like it was fake, planned and scripted, because then people will assume, or maybe they're wrongly assume, that what you mean is the whole event was fake.
You didn't hear the explanation. You didn't listen to the explanation that I just gave for that exact point that you're making again.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is I've seen you make 2 or 3 posts where you do a geometrical breakdown and then you literally just put it's fake, planned and scripted. The way what I'm saying is the way most people will read that is that they will assume that this is a completely fake event. Vikram Digwa is an actor. Henry Nowak is an actor.
In a way, yeah. In a way, but the way that I'm putting it across as well. That it's all released at a certain time. You know, celebrities and stuff, the celebrities die on certain dates.
Yeah.
They don't die on those certain dates. Look, listen, this is my top 2 decodes that I've done. The one that you're seeing now, it's the most current and most relevant. I've got a long history for the last probably 2 years now of the decodes and stuff that I've been doing. Let me just find it. You'll not see it on this. This is on my personal notes. So, Lord Jacob Rothschild, we all know who that geezer is. Lord Jacob Rothschild died 6 years, 6 months, and 6 days after the 21/8/17 eclipse, and 6 weeks before the 8/4/24 eclipse. Jacob Rothschild equals 66. Lord Jacob Rothschild equals 317, the 66 prime. And then William Ada Rothschild dies on the 333rd day of the year, leaving 33 days left in the year, exactly 33 weeks and 3 days after the eclipse. It took 33 minutes to put out the fire. Do you see where I'm going?
Oh, absolutely, mate. We've been documenting, I think, exactly that story. We talked about that as well. We've been documenting these 33s for the last 6 years. All I'm saying is, we've noticed it too. This 666 between certain dates, there were, those horses that were released running through the streets of London that were covered in blood. Do you remember that event?
Yeah, I did another detail for that as well, yeah.
So what I'm saying is, let me ask you a question, Beer Guy. How many times have you looked at a major event and got your gematria calculator out and gone to do your decode and actually found that nothing was there? How many times has that happened?
It's becoming fewer and fewer. It's becoming a lot less. Back when I first started, I was just trying to piece the puzzle together and trying to make it make sense for me. So it was a lot harder for me to do back then. It was a lot harder to find this stuff. But now that I'm a little bit more educated and I've been doing it for a while, it's easy. It's so easy. It's like I could close my eyes and pop out these decodes. That one that you had on the screen, that took me 20 minutes to do. It didn't take that long to do. That's why I gave up. I was like, why am I giving my energy to try and prove that they do all this stuff on a certain date and a certain time to make more of an impact astrologically and for more of a social impact and yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I totally agree that.
Yeah, I agree with that aspect of what you're saying. But I would agree with Lance by saying at the end of your posts, it was fake.
I'm not just calling the Beer Guy out. Like I said, he's being the representative.
No, yeah, for sure.
We've had other comments like, "What are you doing at these events? The whole thing is a psyop." And what?
Yeah, here you go. Go on. Go on.
I guess what I'm pushing back against is that some people, I think by default, are seeing any event that is in the the mainstream sphere. They're instantly now assuming that no one died. It's a false flag. They're Masonic actors, and this is basically it's all just a pantomime. And I think part of the reason for my pushback is I think that is in many ways sort of a stand down operation, and it can be quite dangerous.
Oh, I agree.
Because then you might be desensitizing yourself from actual real things that do actually really happen in the real world. I can't deny that these codes can be found everywhere. I guess my question is, what meaning can we derive from it? What does it ultimately mean? Does it mean all these things are planned to happen on these dates? Could we be observing a phenomenon that we don't actually understand that has a mathematical code aspect to it?
You know the Jason the scripted reality geezer.
I've heard of it.
He says that basically your life's scripted. You're watching a movie. You shouldn't really react or give your energy. I'm on his vibe with that. You shouldn't react and give all your energy, and your life's scripted. You are watching a movie through the lens of a light being that is probably omnipotent in a different place that's learning all this stuff. So yes, you could say it is all planned and scripted. It is all planned and scripted, and there's another layer above that. If you're thinking fourth dimensionally about it, that it is then again planned and scripted.
I'm just going to play a little video here. Everyone, I'm just going to make it a bit bigger there. Just have a little listen to this, because this is some other kind of people's takes on it. Yeah.
Yo, I'm by the beach, and I'm here to tell you this weekend's gonna be crazy. As you all saw, we had the heat wave, the hottest May since 1920, and then we had Arsenal win the championship or whatever bumperclark bread and circus thing that they won. Perfect weather. Then we had the maddest storm on Monday and Tuesday. Weather manipulation, yeah? This brother with the Jewish surname that got killed by the Sikh is all part of the preparation for a race war. So prepare yourself to rise above the duality that they're trying to bring us down into. This is a message for the black sheep. Yeah? Not for the clones and the NPCs and the people with the calcified, dirty, tap water, third eye. For the ones that see. It's time for us to be calm and gentle like the sea, because everything's about to erupt. Darkness coming to the surface. Babylon is boiling. This is an act. This is theatre. This is an act. This is theatre. Let me say it one more time. This is an act. This is theatre. It's all a game. 2030. Agenda 2030.
Okay.
So that was Indigo there. We've had him on the show before. He,
I'm not too keen on some of his delivery, to be frank.
It's metaphorical as well, isn't it?
Although we did have a good chat with him on the show. So he's actually saying that this entire thing is scripted, fake, gay, is all theatre, and yeah.
Thoughts? Do you think all those things are linked together? Do you reckon you could find some numerical link between all those things he mentioned, Beer Guy?
Sorry, say that again.
I said, do you think he's reaching where he's linking all of those different events together, or do you think that you feel like current events over the last couple of weeks could be building up to something like Indigo was suggesting in that video?
The way in the patterns that things move, if you go and look yourself, it's a self-discovery. It's the same with everything. It's that's why I like Martin's friend autodidactic. It's autodidactic means to self-educate and to know yourself. You can look from the outside and look and say, fucking stupid are all these numbers. He's trying to say everything's all fake and stuff. But until you go in and you delve into it and you see the date durations and you see the patterns come in and you see the way that they keep rinsing and repeating the news and using the date durations and the news as a trigger and the astrological lineup as a trigger to make more of an impact on the world stage. So I'm not saying it's fake. I'm saying it's fake. It's hard to say. It's hard to put into words. Like, I don't know if it was fake. I don't know if it's real. I wasn't there at the time. I can't say it was real. All I can see is a video on a screen. I can only see a video on a screen. How do I know that video is not fake? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
And they say, yeah, the guy actually died. There's his dead body there. Well, it could be a dead body. How the fuck do I know it's not a dead body? There's lots of dead bodies that go lying around and go missing. And how do I know that's not fake? It's easy.
The same as I don't know if the moon is real because I haven't been there myself.
Yeah, the moon's a hologram. The moon's a hologram.
Yeah, but how do you know that? Because you haven't been there to have a look, have you?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no one's been there, but
you just made the statement that the moon's a hologram.
Well, because I'm educated.
I'm joking, mate. I'm poking you. I'm only winding you up.
No, I know. I'm explaining.
I know.
I personally don't. I don't think the moon is what we're told it is. Whether it's some sort of reflection or a hologram, I'm down with that.
It's not a physical object. It's not a physical object. It's more than likely some sort of portal where energy comes in and where energy goes out. The energy comes out of the sun and goes back into the moon is what I say. Eric Dollard, a very, very smart guy, who's basically Tesla 2.0. And I know, there's all psyop and bullshit around him and everything else. And he could also be a psyop or whatever. But he sat and observed the sun for like years on end, like looking at the sun, writing things down, doing all these calculations. He came to the conclusion that it's not a fireball. Not a fireball. It's a portal. It's a portal of energy. And he uses he does some great mad experiments. He sticks like a pole in ground and he gets radio signals coming from China when he's somewhere in America. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. He's a good guy to look at stuff. But
nice.
Yeah, back to the point. I don't know what point we were having then.
No. We better wind it up. We better wind it up because we want to chat to some other people tonight. Thank you.
And just to wrap it up, Beer Guy, I do agree with you with what you're observing.
Yes, I do as well.
I'm just asking more questions about like what meaning we can extrapolate from this, and I guess I don't want people to. Well, I just say maybe people jump into conclusions because they're seeing these patterns. That's I guess what my point is.
Yeah. I have predicted a few things as well. It does reign true to predict things. A lot of sporting events are also scripted. People make a lot of money. There's a guy called Carl. He does stuff with Gematria and decoding, and he makes money. Yeah, and there's a guy called The Illusion. If you go and have a look at the stuff he did, he got 98% correct calls for the NBA in the month of April. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff that you can do with it, and it can make you money, and it is it's a higher level of intelligence, in my opinion. If you dig into it and you go and play with it yourself, you start to realise and see these patterns. Numbers are archetypes. They are gods in themselves. Numbers were here before man was here. There's a book called the Book of Formation. In the beginning, God created numbers, letters, and words. I bet you haven't heard that one before.
No, I'm totally down with what you're saying, mate. Numbers were here. They were discovered. They weren't invented.
Well, the coding for the simulation has to come before the simulation.
Of course.
Anyway, Beer Guy, thank you so much for calling in tonight.
And don't forget to sub to the Beer Guy on YouTube to check out. You need to watch his videos in detail. We've obviously been glazing over different stuff tonight, but thank you for joining us.
Hats off to the Beer Guy, because there's not a lot of people that have a back and forth on Facebook and then actually want to call in and put their point across. So yeah, I'll tip my cap to you there, sir. We've got another call here, so thanks for
calls are lining up. Beer Guy, thanks for joining us, mate.
Good evening.
Right here, right now, is where we draw the line.
Good evening. You're live and Rise Above.
Have you turned?
Right, hang on.
Yeah, you should be coming through. Hold on. We'll call you back. For some reason, when you switch calls there, it jumped off of the WhatsApp.
Right.
So can you call back the last caller, please? Call us straight back. Why can't I see the last call?
I don't know. There we go.
Right. That's better. Welcome to Rise Above.
Yes, mate.
Who's this?
You're right, the Merchant Fairy, mate. What's on?
Hi, Merchant Fairy. How's it going?
Gary Waterman style, mate.
Gary Waterman style? What does that mean?
Yes, mate. Gary Waterman style. You know what I mean?
No, enlighten me. What is Gary Waterman style?
Guys, you guys are from Dorset.
Yeah? I've heard of Gary Waterman.
You should have him on the show every month, bro.
We had him on this show every month.
Oh, Gary!
Gary! That Gary! Sorry, Gary.
Gary.
Sorry, I wasn't aware.
We didn't know his second name was Waterman. We just know him as Gary.
Yeah.
Yes, Gary, mate. Gary,
yeah. Shout out to Gary.
Oh, you're Gary. I get it. Gary Waterman style. I get it. Right. What's going on? What's going on? It's good to hear from you, bruv.
Yes, mate. Nice one, you too. Basically, mate, I haven't been tuning into the show. We've been busy here down this end. We're just taking back the land now, and we're going to next move is taking it back from King Charles, taking the whole of Cornwall back.
You're taking the whole of Cornwall back from Sausage Fingers?
The whole of Cornwall back, right? 2029, we're having a wedding, right? You are invited, but there are some terms and conditions. I'll explain those later.
Sure.
Right, it's a wedding of unicorns. You guessed it, yeah?
A wedding of unicorns?
That's right. Cornwall's a unicorn, right? And Cornwall's getting married. Cornwall's had
on the seal of arms with the unicorn.
No, it's an actual unicorn. It's like as it's being. You know what I mean? As in its archonic self. Yeah.
Like a metaphysical unicorn. Okay.
Yes, radioactive one, bub.
Radioactive unicorn.
Bruv, I love it when you call it up. Radioactive unicorn wedding to take Cornwall back from Sausage Fingers.
Hey, exactly what have you been smoking?
Basically, and Cornwall's been seeing on the side, they've been seeing Bitcoin, who is also a unicorn, a female unicorn.
Bitcoin is a female unicorn.
Yeah, and Cornwall is the male one. They're getting married 2029. 21st of December. You're invited to the wedding, but I'll explain the terms and conditions.
Okay,
go for it.
Terms and conditions. Yeah. What's the terms and conditions?
And these are particular only to Rise Above, I might add.
Okay, sweet.
Everyone's got their separate orders, and these are from the benefactor tyrant himself.
Okay,
that's good.
I think I should write this down.
Write these down.
Yeah, one sec. Let me just get the professor.
Take this down. Take this down, Michael.
Right. back in the day in Cornwall, the fishwives that ran their mouths off, they had to have this device put on their head, right? And then they had it kind of wired up to this sort of like headgear to just calm them down a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So one of you is gonna have to wear one of these at the wedding. I don't know who it is. I can't think who. You know what I mean? But one of you is gonna have to wear this. So, and that's coming from the fishwives of Cornwall. They basically put forward this motion and said, yeah, you know what I mean, rise above a welcome, but I think we need to calm it down a bit. You know what I mean?
This is like a fishwife gag.
It was an instrument of how should I say, restraint. Yeah, I suppose. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay.
But,
I don't know what
So we're invited. Let me just get this straight. The bottom line is we're invited. No. Let me get this straight. We're invited to the wedding.
I think Lance is good to go. He's got the lyrics. I think the unicorns were, down for that. I'm just thinking Andy maybe better wear the headgear. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking like.
Right. So let me get this straight. I'm invited to your wedding. However, I have to wear some kind of muzzle. Mate, this is like
It's
fucking.
not a muzzle. No. It's simply.
This is like kosher 19 all over again. People telling me I've got to wear face masks.
No, nothing like that. No, it's entertainment. For entertainment purposes only.
What, so now I'm your fucking jester, am I? You're telling me I can come to your wedding? I'm some kind of entertainment spectacle.
No, we've got a jester. We've got a jester book. That's all right. We're all right for jesters. You know what I mean? Alan Bilton, the one and only Alan. If you don't know Alan Bilton,
is he a well-known jester? Am I supposed to know?
Dude, this is a wild.
I need to get another drink for the rest of this.
Where exactly are we with this, dude? I'm not coming to your wedding if I've got to wear some kind of gag.
You're there,
mask.
mate. I'm telling you. If you don't come, you get kidnapped, and then you're on the list.
I get kidnapped.
And,
I'm on the list.
Sausage Fingers is on the list.
Sausage Fingers is on the list.
All suspect devices. Suspect devices are on the list.
Listen, dude. Whatever you do, don't put me on the same list as Sausage Fingers. Like whatever that list
don't
is.
Shoot the messenger, mate.
No. I am not. I'm not going on any list that Sausage Fingers is.
So just get into the spirit of it and wear the headgear.
I'm not wearing any headgear. I'm not wearing any headgear.
It'll be classic.
No, I'm not wearing any headgear. That would not be
Once
happening.
you see it, I think you'll be kind of like, you'll be smitten by it, as they say.
Smitten by it? What the fuck is wrong with
smitten,
you?
Yeah. It's just.
So hang on, right? So let's get away from this headgear. So tell us more about this wedding. The wedding of the unicorn.
Wedding, right? This is essential.
This is essential, Lance. Get your headphones on. Wait. This is essential. We need Michael here.
Ask your grandma, ask your gran, as you say, ask your dad. In 1929, the last unicorn in Britain was seen in Glastonbury at a place called Butley.
Butley. Wait. I'm going to Google that. Butley. Butley or Buckley.
Butleigh. Right?
Oh.
That was the last unicorn seen in the realm. The unicorns are coming back 2029, bang, and we're taking, they want to take over. Cornwall is going to be now called Cornopia.
Cornopia?
The wall will be gone. The wall will be gone. The wall will be gone, and it's Cornopia, right?
Cornopia.
And basically, we're going to rinse Sausage Fingers' account, right, for the RICO Act, and we're going to be giving out money to everyone at the wedding, like, but it'd be real money. It'd be like fairy gold, proper stuff. You know what I mean?
Proper fairy gold. Mate,
this is wild.
This is great.
Wild.
This is one of the best calls ever.
No, this is an exclusive because this is happening, mate, and it basically it's already happened because we also.
Oh, it's already happened.
We're teaching people about time travel, so once you get your head around it, it's like, oh yeah, you can see this has already happened. It's already done. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you're getting more attuned to the radioactive unicorn vibration. You know?
Okay.
Oh, wait, Inspector Veg, he could be headlining, mate. That guy is
God.
the unicorn loves him, mate. Unicorn loves that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, watch this space, bruv.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Send the invites to riseabove-livestream@gmail.com.
Yeah. You have to you basically get this thing. It's like a fairy goddess mother token that gains you access to the whole kind of thing, and then you realise
fairy goddess mother token.
You're in the quantum fairy tale, then, yeah. And basically,
Mate, I feel like I'm in a quantum fairy tale now.
Exactly. You've been reading about all this stuff, but you've never actually broken through the wall. Yeah, you've always been kind of like grasping at it, trying to, you know what I mean?
Right.
And now This is the way. This is
the
key,
way.
and this is the way out of the matrix of the whole thing. Behind all of this, there is actually, like what your man's talking about with the numbers 2178 and all that. There is actually, you know what I mean, the portal out of the whole thing. So
Right.
I'll leave you with that, guys. All right, peace and love. Boom.
Okay, word to your nan.
Thank you very much, Merchant Fairy. I'm just showing a diagram. The exit from the Matrix is through Cornopia.
Wow, what was that?
I can't wait to go to the radioactive unicorn wedding.
That was incredibly tasking on the mind to keep up with that.
Well, I think we've done pretty well. We're an hour and 15 minutes into
I
the show.
remember the last time man called in there.
Oh, he was talking about a board game that would change the future.
That's right. Yeah. We should have asked him about that.
Yeah, how did that go? Maybe he changed the future, and now this is happening. That's how it
He
works.
definitely sounds like
He played the board game, and now there's a
different
radioactive unicorn
timeline.
wedding. I can't wait to go to Cornopia.
Cornopia,
the uni of Cornwall land. Right.
Is Aunt Pamela Swan here? She's saying, "Is Andy the token unicorn?" What is that about? Trying to get me to put on some headgear.
Do you know
Like some
what?
kind of gimp mask?
Right, I need to address something. We just had the video here of our past guest Indigo. Now, I'm not going to start slating this guy, and I'm not.
No, I
going
like
against
Indigo.
him,
We had a good chat
but
with Indigo.
I need to say something. I recently saw a clip, and this is another past guest that we've had on the show that I need to say something about, which I'm getting a bit skeptical. Do you remember Guy Anderson?
Yes, yeah.
I saw a clip of Indigo and Guy Anderson at an event, much like one of our events. There was
I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
It was mostly middle-aged white people in the audience. In fact, it was exclusively middle-aged white people in the audience. And Guy Anderson said that 80% of white people are
Clones.
NPC Cabbage Patch clones who were literally created. And even someone in the audience goes, "That's racist." He goes, "I'm sorry, but it's true." And someone else goes, "What are you basing that on?" And he goes, "Well, the work of Dolores Cahill. She's done the work." And I hate to say it, I looked in the comments for this short 1 minute clip on Facebook or Insta or whatever it was, I can't remember. And the comments was literally full of black people saying, "I knew them uneducated, whatever they, snowmen weren't real people." And it was
racist,
and it
man.
was just a load of we was kangs, basically.
We built stuff and shit. We invented stuff and shit.
It's people on a load of like Afrocentric, like illusionary bullshit in the comment section going, "I knew them crackers weren't real people." And I was just like, "Is this like what?" For one, that is a big statement to say 80% of what. Wait a minute, does that mean that no brown people are NPCs?
I think that
only white people are NPCs.
I think
really.
I think that Dave Murphy.
Really?
I think that Dave Murphy and Guy Anderson should do an entire weekend presentation of their thoughts on this matter.
And I think
we should. Maybe we should organise.
Jason Brashears should helicopter in.
I think Jason Brashears should
in a parachute and
Yes.
bust through the window.
Yeah,
and just go,
SAS
"No!"
style, like fucking US Marine coming through that. Right?
Should I release that video
Should
on,
I get
on YouTube?
I'll get. I know.
Should I release the video of Archaics versus allegedly Dave?
Yeah, do it.
I haven't released it yet.
Do it.
If you're not on Patreon,
I'm sorry, right, but I had a lot of work and planning went into the.
And Andy PG was devastated.
It was
at
the
what
one
happened.
time
We've never talked about this
I
on the
had
live before.
Jason ready to go after like a certain portion of time had passed. I had some good questions for him. Allegedly Dave, completely derailed the whole presentation and made it about race. And Jason just handed him his ass
Even
to
Martin, when he came back to the hotel room with me and Magic,
It's fucking
afterwards,
embarrassing.
Martin was just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Dave did that again," because apparently he'd done that before on another. We're really dropping the juicy behind the scenes stuff.
It was
here.
embarrassing.
But yeah, basically,
I'll never forgive him for that. Lance.
allegedly, Dave started saying how everyone was black in Europe, like we were all descended from black people, apparently. And obviously, he went on like a 20-minute tirade of that. And Jason Archaics came in, and we tried to change the subject because it was just getting awkward
Multiple times.
And
we had somebody
people
shout
were
out
complaining
in the crowd.
Well, because we tried to change the subject to go to Jason. Jason was like, "Sorry guys,
I'm just gonna have to."
I cannot allow you to change the subject. We need to address that." So I do think I don't know. I'm starting to get very skeptical about people that are going really deep into this Tartaria stuff, because I have a nasty feeling that a lot of the early pictures that we were shown were all AI. I've got a feeling that a lot of the foundational material that entire avenue of thinking, which is very recent, I identified when it started, November 2018. I've got a feeling a lot of the foundational information on it is bogus. So I'm starting to reel back a little bit on my support or my interest in certain narratives and certain people that are pushing them, because I think people might be grifting a little bit. I'm not going to call out any names, but I do think that people, and I will say that is one thing that we have never, ever, ever done on Rise Above. We have never knowingly pushed something that we knew that wasn't true. We've never made anything up to create content. If there wasn't anything to talk about, we just make the show shorter. Do you hear what I'm saying, Andy?
Yeah,
PG?
yeah, agree. Yeah.
We never.
No,
you know, if we present something that we think is bogus, we will tell you it's bogus to start off with.
Yeah.
We'll say, look at this absolute garbage which people are posting. You know, we do show stuff on the show which is disinformation, but knowingly and telling people.
We get it out on the table with the description.
But I'm starting to get more and more skeptical of people that are writing books, charging courses and they're presenting things as fact.
And they're claiming that their pineal gland is decalcified.
That they may not that they can't necessarily substantiate as fact, and that to me is a bit shady.
Oh, here we go.
Busy phone line tonight. Welcome to Rise Above.
Good evening, Michael. It's Josh. Good evening, Josh.
Yes.
Hello, lads. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Good to hear from you, man. Did you have a nice holiday?
Yeah, good, bro. How was your birthday?
Yeah, really good, really good. Although now I seem to have woken up one day and I'm 40. I'm no longer in my 30s. Which is somewhat of a problem, but it's okay. I feel worse for my parents because now they've got a son who's middle-aged.
Oh, shit, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I never thought about that before, yeah.
Now I feel worse for my parents.
Quality.
Yeah, I'm 34 now, so I was 34 the other day. So
you just stopped being 33?
It's a fellow gentleman.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't realise when we met, I told you I was 33.
I know. Did you not notice we grinned when you said it?
No, I didn't. And
have a look back at the video.
Yeah. Since I've watched more of your content and realised how important that number is.
It's been a long time running inside outside public joke for us.
Yeah. I noticed it keep coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that must have been hilarious for you.
Yeah.
It's great content.
Boom. It was sort of like when we did the when we ambushed the Socialist Workers' Party going to the Unite the Kingdom rally, and the number plate on the back of their coach said NGO on it. We're like, nah, the realm is speaking to us, mate. So Josh, we gifted you a year's free Patreon for being such a good sport. You've seen the full footage of the Rabbi Stein flash mob that we recorded. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, first of all, I wanted to say I think you guys did a great job, and I think you've done a good job on this show as well. To be honest,
thanks, man. We appreciate that.
When you said about it, you're basically saying you don't think it's fake, because I think it's crazy for people to say it's fake. The Henry Novak murder, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mate, people say that the Ariana Grande bombing was fake, right? And my missus, she's from up north. She actually knows. She's a tattoo artist, as you know. She's tattooed people who have had family members killed in that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of my family are from Manchester, so we knew of people that were there.
That doesn't mean the Sandy Hook. The Sandy Hook. I'm not going to say anything about that.
Okay, you've got to be careful. You might get fined $1 trillion or something.
The GDP of
Hey,
India.
you're not getting all Alex Jones, are you?
No.
So what I wanted to say is, what's really important that you guys have mentioned is these things are real, but these things can be hijacked. Yeah. So these things can be used for certain agendas. These things, a murder has taken place. It then can be spun any way people with lots of money want it to be spun. Okay.
For sure.
We know that Elon Musk has already jumped on this. Yeah. That's always going to be suspicious. I know you guys, are to the right of me, yeah. But I enjoy talking with you guys.
We're not
Now-
to the right of you. I'm actually a mix of both, because I agree with some of the lefty liberal perspective. Like I'm anti-war. I like people should be fucking left alone in their own countries. Like
Josh has only known us through the current thing.
Yeah.
And with the current thing, after 2020, our position is right.
Yeah. Is it?
You can't say it's not.
Yeah.
By anyone's description, with the current thing, when it comes to, what's going on in the UK with immigration, weaponized migration,
women can't have penises.
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah.
We are aligned with the right.
For sure. Yeah, I align with
Sorry,
the right far more than
carry on, Josh.
No, that's cool. And like I said, I like talking to people to the right of me, bounce ideas off each other and stuff. But I think we're quite in alignment with this current event, that people are trying to grift off of it.
100%.
And they're trying to push their own agenda. What happened to Henry was, it was really upsetting actually to watch the body cam footage while I was away.
It was tear-jerking.
Yeah, I thought that could have been me. That could have been my son when he's older. To see anyone dying on camera is bad. Yeah, the police, they didn't cover themselves in glory. I think it has been exaggerated.
What do you think about the behaviour of the police in that situation?
So if I look at it completely rationally, yeah, police have had a phone call from the murderer or the murderer's family. They've attended the scene. The murderer is there with a coherent story, speaking calmly, pretty believable story. There's a guy who looks like maybe he's had a straightener. He's had his jaw tested. Looks like he's been drinking all night. I know he hasn't been. It was obviously the lack of oxygen that had him sort of slurring and not seeming completely conscious. Police see that all the time. They're like, this pisshead is he thinks he's been stabbed. He hasn't been stabbed. We know that the wound was an internal puncture. Yeah, so
he had on the back of his legs as well. But Josh, I will add this. I don't know if you watched our stream we did on Wednesday night. I did actually show the murder weapon. It wasn't the ceremonial blade. It was actually a I forget the name of it now.
All they said it was a special armor piercing
it's
dagger.
Specifically designed to pierce armor, and it's very long and thin.
Yeah.
That kind of wound can close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
super dangerous weapon.
Yeah.
We've got to remember it's dark. Police, yeah. Sometimes you got good ones. Sometimes you got bad ones. Don't know what time of the shift that they're on. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I think you're all right, mate. Whatever. This is not defending the police in any way. I'm just rationalising normal human behaviour. Within a minute, they've realised that they fucked up and they're giving him CPR. They're trying to save his life desperately. The murderer's been arrested. The mum's been arrested. They're being sentenced. So I think what some people, Tommy Robinson, Lawrence Fox, other sort of agitators on the right, they want to grab this. They want to use this. They don't care about Henry. They want to use this to create as much chaos as possible, get as much clicks, money, donation. They want riots. Ideally, they want a rioter to get hurt by the police or killed by the police during a riot to further the agenda, further the chaos that, each summer seems to be developing. And
is the great British pastime now is rioting in the summer?
Yeah, mate. World Cup's going to be interesting. World Cup's going to be, I know you guys are local to Bournemouth, roughly. Every time England play, Old Christchurch Road is bordering on a riot if it's the Euros or the World Cup. Ever since I was 12, I remember cars getting smashed in, buses getting blocked, foreign restaurants getting their windows put in, soon as England get knocked out of the tournament. I think add that in with, other factors. it could get really messy here locally. It could get messy across the country. Also, depending on who knocks England out.
Sure.
Anyway, that's a
Josh,
tangent.
Can
Anyway.
I rewind a little bit?
Yeah.
Before we talk
of
about
course,
before we talk about the people hijacking it, and I do agree that the grifters are hijacking it. I just want to go back to your analysis of the police. Some people have said in the comments already this is a super rational take, and I do agree that rationalising it, I'm not disagreeing with what you said. At the end of the day, the police are pretty lame, poorly trained. Now, I've watched the body cam footage the same as you. The kid said, I've been stabbed. I think it was 2 or 3 times.
4 times.
Okay, 4
and
times.
I can't breathe 9 times.
4 times before it was anything was done. And I'm just going to ask the question to you, considering now that Suella Braverman and that have said they're going to reevaluate the anti-racist training in the light of this incident. Do you think there's any chance that? But
she can't reevaluate it though, can she? Because
no. But let me finish, mate. Do you think
not in government?
Do you think there's any chance that policeman's response to basically disregarding his claim that he had been stabbed could be because the first call was this white man has racially abused me, so that policeman's
he did
training
actually say on the phone, some white guy.
Yeah, the white guy's racially abused me. The accusation was a turban had been pulled off and then an assault had taken place. Do you think that if those police have gone through this training, which is now coming to light that it's true, people have exposed it, that, you know, this police training basically says that if there's a white and a brown person and there's an accusation, you should sign with the brown person. All of this is coming to light. It's not conspiracy theory. Do you think that might have affected that policeman's decision to disregard his cries of "I've been stabbed" because he's been through that training? Are we to totally disregard that, Josh?
So I'll answer that by saying if I think that was a young Jamaican lad that had got into the incident and was on the floor acting the same way, I don't think he would have been treated much differently, to be honest.
You don't?
No.
What about if the dude who made the phone call was a white guy? If a Jamaican lad was on the floor and the dude who made the phone call was a white guy, they turned up, the white guy was there, said, yeah, I've been assaulted.
I like what you're saying. Because I wanted to get into this. It depends on the class of the white guy.
Oh, interesting take. Interesting take.
If
So
it's
if
a
you
middle-class white guy,
would that include the location of where it happened as well?
No, because I mean, Southampton, you've got wealthy people and you've got working class people. It's a bit of a mix, that city. If you've got a well-spoken guy, you know, he's in his 3/4 zippy or whatever, works in finance.
You're describing Henry. He was an accounting student.
He was in a Jeffrey Epstein 3/4 zip.
Yeah, he was proper. Posh,
quarter zip.
To be honest, if Henry had made the call even, and you know, because he hasn't been stabbed, was speaking coherently, and that, I think he'd probably be treated pretty well by the police. I think if Caden from the Millbrook estate with a tattoo on his face made the call, I think police would profile him in a more negative way.
Yeah.
And I think class is the big issue in the long run. So I think if you're working class, you get treated the same as ethnic minorities, basically. And I think that's
right.
what.
So hang on. Can I just dig into what you just said there? If you're working class, you get treated the same as ethnic minorities, because a lot of the right-wing commentators and a lot of perspective from the right wing is that the ethnic minorities get much better treatment than the native white guy.
Yeah. And
so are you saying? Are you coming at that saying that you agree with that statement, or that the ethnic minorities would be seen more in a negative light because there's institutional racism within the police? Is that which way are you going with it, Josh?
It's mostly on class. So if you're a working class black lad, you're going to get treated pretty shit by the police. If you're a working class white lad, you're going to get treated pretty shit by the police. If you're a fairly affluent black guy who works in the City of London, you're going to get treated better than the working class black lad.
Well, you're
if
certainly not going to get stopped and searched as much if you're walking down the street with a suit and a briefcase
In a
on,
tweed
compared
jacket,
compared
as
to like a
opposed to
TN tracksuit
with a roadman mask.
Yeah,
But that's not
100%.
Is it? But
and if you're a middle class white guy, you're gonna or upper class or whatever, you're gonna get the best treatment, and that goes on accent, that goes on the clothes you're wearing.
I don't disregard that, and I think what you're saying is true. But doesn't that kind of make sense because of pattern recognition? Wouldn't it make sense if you're a policeman, right, and you've only got so many hours in the day, and your job is to get knives off the street? You're going to stop and search the people that are most likely to have knives, and unfortunately, that's young black males every single time.
Listen,
it's really unfortunate, but there's no getting away from that, is it?
And I would say that depends on the city. Yeah, so in London, yes.
Yeah.
In Liverpool, completely different. You know, in Glasgow, it's the white guys that carry the knives on the estate. So depends on the area.
Yeah.
I by being rational, I understand how it happens, and then this is why, because we think actually that's not fair, because there's loads of times that unfairly happens. So they put in equality training, they put in stuff like that, which is going to be super unpopular within the police. It's going to be super unpopular, you know, on channels like this. It's going to be super unpopular in the media in general. And to be honest, you know, I've been on them. You know, I've had to attend them trainings before, and you know, they're pretty shit. You know, they're not great. And you know, I've worked with racist people. You know, actually, I work in education, and I've seen educators treat black and brown kids worse than the white kids, sometimes subconsciously.
But is it not true to say that in the UK now that white kids are actually the worst performing kids in school? I've heard a lot of learned people on the talking box say that now it's actually...
So it's white working class and it's Caribbean are the two worst performing ones, okay, in the table when you divide it up into ethnic groups, okay? And that's a class thing, yeah? So the lads from like Jamaican heritage and Caribbean heritage, you know, a lot of them came over Windrush generation, faced lots of racism, grew up on the same estates as the poor white kids. These this is actually how I grew up and had lots of friends like that as well. You know, you're thrown on the scrap heap. If you look at people who come over, Nigerians or whatever, a lot of the time, Nigerians are coming from wealthy Nigerian families.
Yeah, they do very well.
Yeah. So they're coming from a different class mindset. We know that Indians and Chinese are often really strong on education in the family household, and that's like
same as the Jews,
like pushed on the kids. And Jewish people do really well in our education system, and it's mirrored in the USA a bit as well, for sort of comparable population. And I think it's a classist thing. Obviously, I'm sort of on my soapbox now doing like leftist propaganda, saying it's a class issue.
So are you totally right? So I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm just looking at some of the comments here. Some people are agreeing with you, some people are not. Are you totally disregarding or denying that there is literature written into police guides to give non-white people preferential treatment? That's what one person is saying. Because that is sort of coming to light.
Yeah. I'm not. I think preferential is the wrong word. I know that there is the hierarchy of vulnerable people, and they can classify ethnic minorities as more vulnerable people. Children are actually at the highest of the list, and that includes white children, and women as well, and that includes white women. So I'm not making it necessarily about race and that training and that.
But that's why this is being brought up. Josh. That's why I'm talking to you about
it. That's why the far right is, or what's perceived as the far right, in political terms, is that's what the issue is with with them and the police. I.e., that's why we saw what we saw in Southampton.
Well, that's what the accusation is. People are saying that if the police hadn't gone through this training,
I mean,
to automatically assume that there is a victim hierarchy.
And I disagree.
I mean, even the Führer Farage stood up in Parliament and addressed it and said, "Look, it's written down in ink on the Hampshire Constabulary's website about how they deal with different ethnic minorities differently and prioritise the minorities."
But and children as well, and women. So white children and white women, top of that hierarchy.
But that's all well and good. But
that's not
we're
written
talking
into
about.
ink.
But wait, hold on, John. We're talking about an incident between two adult males. So I've got to put it on you, mate. That's deflection. We're talking about an incident in two adult males, and I'm going to ask you directly again. Do you think that these directives had nothing to do with what happened to Henry Novak? I want you to nail this.
So I think that's got nothing to do with it.
Okay,
I'll make that clear.
That's your position.
And no, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't hear it first time.
And what I would say is that the police actually failed on a number of training protocols in that incident, as they often do, and unfortunately, they didn't administer CPR as early as they could have. Henry was in big trouble anyway. Yeah. Even if they did follow all their training protocols.
Oh, sure.
And all the
I'm still a chef, right? I class myself as a chef, but I don't work as a chef anymore. I haven't for a few years now, since Kosher 19 actually. And I was a head chef. I've been a head chef, I think 7, maybe 8 times, right? And if one of my staff in the kitchen, wherever I was working, had come up to me. Or let's say I came in from a break, and there was a scrap in the kitchen between two of the lads. One of them said to me, "I've been stabbed." That would be my first port of call immediately before absolutely anything else.
Well, it's clearly that it was a massive failure on the police's part
because
not to take his accusation of being stabbed instantly more seriously.
Because, like Josh said earlier, they thought he might have just been drunk. Well, that should be irrelevant. If somebody's saying they've been stabbed, you should just you should be straight on that.
Yeah.
And they weren't some time.
I just want to put it on record, Josh. Now that you've made your position clear, I do wholeheartedly agree with you. I personally think that whether it was on a deliberate or a subconscious level, the training that those police had been through with the victim hierarchy presented with a brown man and a white man, I think that that policeman's decision to disregard it, whether it was for 10, 20, 30 seconds, whether it made a difference or not, I personally think it was influenced by that training.
Yeah, I do.
I want to put that on record. That's my opinion.
So you think it was?
100%. 100%. Yeah. 100%. I think that this training is so insidious that it filters into people's subliminal choice making. They're not even aware of it. I see it every day with what I'm seeing in the mainstream media and with what I'm also seeing in real life. I think this is permeated. I think the anti-racism is an overcorrection, which has now made an imbalance. It's as simple as that, in my opinion.
It's gone so far the other way.
Just the way that people even talk about the victims and the perpetrators of crime, and the way it's in the media, whenever it's a migrant involved or something, the judges, the sentencing saying things like, he just didn't understand, it wasn't appropriate to rape this girl.
Do you know, right?
Whether that's gaslighting or not, that is all seeping out into everyone's mind.
Do you know what the judge who sentenced, what's his name, Vikram Digwa, said when he sentenced him? He said that he was more trying to shame Digwa, that he's shamed that he's let the Sikh community down and he's inflamed racial tensions within the UK. That was, rather than saying Henry's family have now got to fucking live without their son for the rest of their life. That's what the judge actually said, that he was more concerned about. So you've got to ask yourself.
We coin this as race communism.
You've got to ask yourself. Yeah, this is absolutely race communism. You've got to ask yourself what percentage of that 21 years minimum serving time is for the murder, and what sentence is for the rest for upsetting
the crimes against multiculturalism.
The Home Office's fucking multicultural wet dream.
One thing I will say, because I just want to move on because we've both clarified our positions there. One thing I will say, one touching moment and one nice moment that we witnessed on Tuesday, it was actually while I was interviewing that Posey Parker woman. The guys next to her, who was some sort of patriot TikToker or something, we were marching along, and there was a guy stood at the end of his garden, I guess, by the entrance to his driveway, who was a Sikh with his turban and his beard.
He was a taxi driver with his taxi pulled up.
Oh, was he? That wasn't his house, right?
He pulled his cab up on the pavement to let everyone walk through.
He pulled up and he was sort of like, saying
he
the
was
right
fist
to people.
bumping everyone.
He was fist bumping everyone, and people were going up to him. And, these right wingers were going up to him and saying, "Yeah, respect
these racist thugs."
No problem. And I thought that okay. I kind of sort of took a bit of a positive from that. Okay, this is an anti-police march. And then some guy said into the microphone, "No, we're going to his house." And that was what I think we've already put the clip out of that. And that's when I sort of got us both to the side and said, "Fuck, this is actually potentially a mob going to someone's house. We don't want to be seen to be part of the mob. We're here to document what's going on."
Should we just address Twisted Individual's comment here whilst we've got Josh on the phone? Twisted Individual is a great fan of the show. We're a great fan of his.
And his tunes.
And his tunes. I've still got some of his tunes on vinyl. He says, "This is what suicidal empathy sounds like." What do you say to that, Josh?
Who am I being empathetic to?
I guess he would say
the police.
Well, I guess he's talking about our disagreement about whether this institutionalized anti-white racism is a thing or not. I would assume that he's implying that you are denying that it's a factor in an attempt to protect your view that multiculturalism is preferable. Am I speaking out of turn?
No.
Do you reckon that's what he's saying?
I want to address this point. I just don't understand what bit he's referring to.
I think he's referring to that you think that this anti-white racism is non-existent.
I guess he's sort of implying that because you're a leftist and you believe that diversity is our strength and you think that the right-wing positions are wrong, that by default you would be denying that this is a thing, that the police were favouring the brown person over the white person.
Oh, okay. So that's what suicide empathy looks like.
I guess that's what he means. How the suicidal empathy is manifesting through you.
It would be the same. It's the same. Excuse me. It'd be the same as the clip we showed of the Labour woman, the Labour Council MP woman, months ago, saying we should just let all these migrants in until we're at absolute saturation point. That is another example of suicidal empathy.
Yeah. Well, I could see that point. But I can't defend that point because that's not mine.
Okay.
I'll just clarify my position. I'm just being rational on police behaviour. I think that they get desensitized to all these things. Yeah, how often they get called out to bullshit. People saying, "Oh, he's done this, he's done that." People who have committed crimes trying to get out of it by feigning injury.
But Josh, isn't that their job? Isn't that what they get paid for? Is to investigate, to do police work, to not just take somebody's word for it.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what they get paid for. The problem is the reality and how much like the human brain can sustain empathy and impartiality and good performance. Basically, I see it in my own work. People get burnt out, and then their performance at work gets worse. So I'm just being rational. That's what I see when I see the body.
So you would say from a rational perspective that the police were a little bit,
you've been on
complacent.
You've seen Saturday nights in Bournemouth.
Mate, I've seen it.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
People having a go at the police and stuff.
But are they? I don't think they're normally saying I've been stabbed and they're on the floor half unconscious, slurring, and saying I can't breathe, because he did say I can't breathe 9 times, and I've been stabbed 4 times. Like, surely, that should be, even if they said that once, that should be your straight go to. Instead, they sided with the brown person.
Yeah. I'm not defending the police because they were poor and they went against.
So do you put this down to simple incompetence, Josh, and race has got nothing to do with it and no part of it?
Yeah, that's my
your
position,
Okay.
Andy PG.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's my position, Andy PG. If you allow me to go on I've had problems with the police before.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
allow me to go on a quick tangent.
Yeah, for sure. We love tangents here.
Yeah, I think I messaged Lance on this. So I think I was about 17. I was in Charminster. We were trying to go to a house party that we weren't invited to. We pulled up outside of it, and some lads came out, metal poles, started smashing the car in, glass everywhere. We sped off round the road, turned a few corners, and my mate said, I'm calling the police. Called the police. Police turned up, were pretty rude to us, threw us in the back of the van quite aggressively, called us rapists, took us down to the station, got to the station, and they were like, lads, we've got to apologise. We thought you did a sexual assault in there, and the reason you were attacked is because someone did do a sexual assault in the party, and we just assumed you'd sort of self-reported on yourself. And then they let us go. That is that's completely.
I thought you self-reported a rape that you committed.
Yeah. So they thought we've gone in, we've done a rape. And it's the same as the lads in the
You've
party.
just popped in for a rape.
Yeah.
You just popped in there for a quick rape, right?
The lads, I think we were in maybe the same car as the people that did. I think it was like a gang rape or something like that. I think it was the same silver Vauxhall Corsa, and the lads have seen it. They've smashed it up or whatever. We've gone round the corner. We phoned the police. Police have turned up and gone, you twats, you've reported yourself in, and they've called us, animals and stuff like that, throwing us in. Obviously, we're young 17-year-olds at that stage as well. I think, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm already scared because, glass has been flying in the back of the car, and metal poles have been coming in. And then obviously they realised their error, and they let us go. But obviously the police acted completely inappropriately. Like,
yeah, right.
The way they were throwing us around, the words they were saying to us, and I didn't consider that's happened to me because I'm white. One of my mates in the car wasn't white. We got the same treatment on that occasion, and just with the whole anti-white thing. I'm just reading the comments as I'm talking. I find it quite offensive that people think I'm at a disadvantage because I'm white in the UK. I've been to 20 countries, and being white has always pretty much been a benefit. While I've been in them countries, including South Africa, where there is a lot of anti-white hate crime, but I was still treated better than my black friends in South Africa. So I don't subscribe to me being white makes me a victim. I subscribe to me being working class and growing up poor.
Josh, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course, man.
Are you a socialist or a communist?
Yeah.
You're
I'm a socialist. Yeah,
you're a socialist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, Josh, let me ask you a question.
No. I just
Even
wanted
if
to
you
know.
don't think that you are personally victimised, can you? Let's say, what's going on there? Through the media apparatus, and maybe this is bleeding through from America. In mainstream liberal media, there's an anti-white sentiment where, like,
yeah.
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
Because that's what I point out. I never really say that white people have it hard in this country. I've never said that. But one thing I've pointed out is that
it's the gaslighting.
Is that the prejudice in the media or the government apparatus or policy against straight white males? It's like the last acceptable prejudice.
Yeah.
It's like the last trendy prejudice.
I'll jump on that. The media. You'll see loads of, especially coming out of the USA. But then also, maybe Twitter. You'll see loads of accounts making fun of white Americans for not seasoning their food, or just having a go at whiteness, I guess, in America. It's
definitely more prominent in the States than it is over here. But it is over here, and as you know, everything from the States
but they've only just
trickles over
started
here.
teaching critical race theory to kids in school here. They've been teaching that to kids in school in America, depending on the state,
for a long time,
for decades. It's
Yeah.
only just come here.
Yeah.
And as much as everyone hates it, I do think we are culturally downstream from America.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we do get copycat behaviour from American culture, which, for me and my group of socialists, we really resent. To be honest, we don't think we're culturally similar to America at
Do
all.
you know what? Do you know what, Josh? You and Nick Griffin. You know Nick Griffin, the ex-head of the BNP. You two have a lot in common.
Wow, I bet no one's ever said that
I
to
bet,
Josh
I
before.
bet you've never heard that before, mate. You and Nick Griffin have a lot in common, mate.
Good old Nicky G.
Yeah, how dare you say that to
Yeah,
me?
listen. He hates the capitalist system, and he absolutely hates the toxic. He calls it a toxic bleed that we get here from America.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because of like Hollywood dominance, they've
well, he says it is
dominated
culturally, it's financially, it's everything. It's all aspects of every.
They dominate a lot of the world. Obviously, my missus is from Colombia. The CIA are always active there. They're always, Coca-Cola have killed so many people in that country. Funded so many right-wing groups that have taken out unions for protesting in the Coca-Cola factories and stuff, and all of the products, Monsanto, all of that gets shoved down the throat of Colombians, and any time they try to resist, the leader will get assassinated, or whenever they try and go left-wing. They briefly recently had a left-wing president, Gustavo Petro. I don't know if you guys followed any of the stuff he was doing. He was very pro-Palestine, very anti-America, but he's just lost out to a far-right Christian nationalist in Colombia now, which was heavily funded by USA. Slovenia as well have just voted for a far-right prime minister a couple of days ago, who they always had a Palestinian flag with all the other flags in their parliament, and he ripped it down on the first day and said he wants closer ties with Israel. So back to America. For me, our culture is closer to the Netherlands, to Germany, Denmark, the Nordics.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I
American culture
hate when
is
we
unique. America's like the big Petri dish. It's where this new super culture is actually grown, like in a massive Petri dish, like a culture.
Yeah.
That's what
it is.
what a germ is called, a culture.
Yeah, and that's what I see when I see bullshit like Turning Point UK and stuff like that. Sometimes it's cringe because they're trying to take stuff that only works in America and they're trying to imprint it here. When you see all the guys marching with the crosses.
Last question, really quick question.
Whoever that is,
did you support Black Lives Matter when it came out, Josh?
When Black Lives Matter came out, I was living in Malta, and I was so busy doing my own shit. It was quite a tough time for me. So Black Lives Matter, the statement, of course. Everything else, I wasn't involved in it, to be honest.
Do you not think that was a copy and paste problem from America? Do you really think it had any relevance in the UK at all? Because a lot of people,
especially people taking the knee,
a lot of people that were critics of it said, "What the fuck has that got to do with the UK? Stop importing an American problem." That's statisticians would question.
Footballers, politicians musicians.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone.
Well, I'm a big football fan actually, and obviously.
Did you not think that was heavily retarded? All the footballers taking the knee for some crackhead that died in America.
The thing is, at the time, a lot of players were getting racially abused in the stadiums around this country and throughout Europe as well. It's actually worse in other European countries that they get racially abused while they're playing, and the protocol is going to be that they stop the game.
Europe, this is one of the issues I have with the left, is that they call what we have like they call who go, you know, your normal grandma or mother who goes to a Tommy Robinson parade, they call them far right. When you go to Eastern Europe, like you said, the real football teams over there, that's really far right. Skinheads, boots, combats, and you know they're quite happy to kick someone's head in because of the colour of their skin. That's the actual far right.
I'll quickly reply on that, and then I'll let you hang up on me because I don't want to take too much of your time. I think the UK, we do things half-assed, yeah. So our right wing is half-assed and our left wing is half-assed. If you look at France, their left wing is militant and their right wing is militant.
I don't think Rupert Lowe's half-assed. I don't think Nick Griffin's half-assed either. I don't think Nick Griffin's half-assed.
Well, Nick Griffin's he's like a funny sort of character, and I actually think he's almost, the way he speaks can be quite respectful.
Nick Griffin, they're very, and Rupert Lowe, they're both very respectful.
No, I'll be honest with you on Rupert Lowe. I think the guy is a joke.
Oh, come on, you can't say Uncle Rupert's a joke.
Yeah, no, I think the social media, I'm sure he isn't in control of that social media account, by the way.
Which for Restore Britain or his own account?
I think both. Both.
No, he's not in control of the Restore Britain account. That's Charlie Downs. Charlie Downs is in control of that.
We've got to move on to other callers, Josh.
Yeah. Mate, Josh, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you for calling in, mate. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. Later, guys. Bye.
All right, take care, Josh.
Word to your nan.
Mate, we haven't even got to like the Schwab Show or any of these videos.
Right here, right now is where
Right.
we draw the line.
Different subject. Did anyone? Well, not really. It's a follow-on subject. Did anyone see the DJ Media video in Bournemouth last week? He came down to Bournemouth.
I saw the clip you posted.
Yeah, I appeared in a DJ Media video. I was doing my skate patrol of the Bournemouth coastline to witness the peasant apocalypse. Oh, we've got another caller. Welcome to Rise Above. Oh no, we lost that caller. Here's another one. What's going on? Hello, you're through to Rise Above. Oh no. Right. What is going on? Incoming call. Yes. Hello, welcome to Rise Above.
No, it's Andy. Great to speak to you after this time.
How you doing? Who's this?
My name's Mikey P.
Hi, Mikey P.
I bought your first RA archive. Won the competition for the first one for the bid. And I've been meaning to call you for a couple of years, but I just never got round to it, you know. So today I thought I'd make the call, yeah.
Thank you for finally calling in, mate, and I'm glad, well, I hope you're enjoying the RA archive.
It's brilliant, yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. But I rinsed it ages ago, you know, so I'm just on the current sort of live stuff now, you know. That's how I sort of divulge information, is just like watched a lot one after the other, you know.
Sure.
But anyway, straight to the subject. I thought I'd call in today because I actually migrated to Gambia from the UK a couple of years ago. I'm lucky enough to work online.
You went to Gambia?
I've been coming here 10 years, and I met someone here and sort of decided to stay here, and it's given me a bit of an insight into migration from this position, if you know what I mean.
So wait, you migrated from the Gambia?
Like understated in the UK, you know, after sort of following all the UK information and stuff like that, you don't really get a feel for what it's like and what the perspective is coming from West Africa, you know.
Okay. So
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just asked.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Hello? Let me turn that data off there.
I don't.
We can hear you. I don't think you can hear us.
Lance, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you fine, mate. Loud
Yeah,
and
we
clear.
can hear you, mate. Can you hear us?
Hello?
No. There's something not right there, Mike.
No, he can't.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear us?
Hello? Yeah, I can. Yeah, sorry, I turned the laptop data off, so it's just the phone
right,
now.
there we
So
go.
I was just confirming that you just said that you migrated from Gambia to the UK.
Or the
No,
other way
vice
around. No,
versa.
you
No,
went from the
UK
UK to Gambia.
Right. Okay. I was about to say yeah. So
Well, it doesn't sound very Gambian, does he?
No, that's why I was questioning it. I heard it wrong. So right, how does that work? How is that process?
Well, I'm a British citizen still. I work for a company 100% online, and I'm quite well needed there. And I was lucky enough. I bought some land here years ago, and so I had an agreement with my employer that I'd sort of come over and work on my laptop for a couple of months, each year from Gambia. And then it just sort of grew. Really, I met someone here, and just stayed over here. And it's actually, you don't need a visa here, and you can sort of just pay a fee of about £80 a year to stay here. So it's really easy. You just carry on paying your UK tax. And if your money's been taxed once, it doesn't need to be taxed again. So that's legally fine. And cost of living's cheap, sun's shining. So yeah. I don't know what tangent you want me to go on really, but
No,
yeah,
I've never spoken to anyone that's moved to Africa before. Obviously,
is Gambia is oh no, Gambia has. Hello, can you hear us?
Oh no.
I think he's got microphone or speaker problems there. Is he speaking to us through?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us? Hello, Mikey P.
No,
yes, we can hear you, mate.
We're gonna have to wind this up, Michael.
Mikey P, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Next time I might try the laptop version or whatever. Did you get any of that?
No, we got all of it. We can hear you perfectly, mate. It's just that you can't hear us. I was just saying, I've never spoke to anyone that's moved to Africa before. I've got someone in my family that's emigrated from Africa to here, and that is a very, very different process. They came from Kenya, my brother's wife, and my family had to work really, really hard to do everything to help her to get here. And even after being married to my brother for a long time, it took years and years to get a passport.
Mate, here's the first tangent. I'm disgusted. I'm a UK citizen. I've been paying my taxes all my life, worked all my life and everything. I've come abroad, I've got married, and silly me thought that because I'm married to somebody, she would be allowed into the UK with me as my wife, But the visa process, mate, it's an absolute nightmare. Seriously, I don't even know what would happen if I had children, if even my children would be able to come into the UK. And what with all the boats coming over and everything illegally, it's kind of disgusting.
Well, they're probably better off getting on one of those, to be honest.
Yeah, no, literally.
So I believe you can still hear me, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, you can't
harder for a two-way conversation, but
yeah, can you hear us now?
I'll wait a second. Hello, Lance.
Yeah, can you hear us?
No. Hello. Calling. Check 1 2 33.
Yeah, Mikey P, this is going to be difficult.
Yeah, we're going to have to wind this in.
Okay. So I just wanted to talk about the backdrop of travelling to the UK from Gambia as a Gambian.
Okay.
And like what drives people to do it. So perhaps another week I could phone in on a more secure line and we can have a two-way conversation more easily.
Sure.
But, it's called the back way over here, and millions of Afghans go that way, and what they're expecting to see on the other side is very much different from what they see, and it's there's some really, really interesting and shocking stories, so yeah. But I don't know if you can hear me. I definitely can't hear you, so it's just like I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
So I'm going to hang up now. Wish you both well. Great show, and I'll try and call in via the internet in the future, via the laptop.
Cool, man. Thank you very much, Mikey.
Rise above, guys.
Okay, thanks, Mikey P. Oh well, at least we could hear Mikey P and he got his point across. Right. So I appeared in the DJE video in Bournemouth. I skated through the town centre and I saw him filming some absolute degenerates, like shouting, being sick on the floor and spilling their beer. couldn't help
Some white trash.
Couldn't help but skate up to DJE Media. Anyway, he released this video. Check this out.
Look at that. Look at that.
Bear in mind, this is a couple of days after the Vic from Digwa stuff, or maybe it's about the same day.
These guys were tasered. Here we go. They got the taser out. Yeah. Tasered.
This looks weird as fuck.
It doesn't look right.
No.
Look at look how these guys are dressed.
This does not look right.
Oh.
Look what he pulls out. He's got a full sword belt. Look at that.
Oh. Look at that. Wow. Not allowed, brother.
Does anybody else think this looks staged?
Either that or these guys are like some...
So the word is that these guys are Yemenis, and they're from Yemen, and they are wearing traditional Yemenis wear, which includes that ceremonial knife. What a coincidence that these two guys dressed like this with even bigger knives are arrested, and DJE Media is right there filming it. I don't know if this is. I don't know where this is.
It's in Manchester. It's in Manchester.
Oh, it's in Manchester.
I saw the sign.
Someone's saying Southampton's mad. I was like, no, this isn't
not
Southampton. Yeah, this looks weird to me.
I'm listening to you. Yeah, but I mean...
Yeah, you can definitely traditionally stab someone with that, can't you?
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
You get the idea. I just think it's awfully coincidental.
His trainers, Lance. Under his dress.
He's got trainers underneath his dress. Yeah.
He's got his Nike Air Max.
Really, really strange. Big shout out to everyone tuned in. This is Rise Above Customer Services. What time is it? 10 past 10. We've had some pretty good callers so far. We've got some videos here to share. What else have we got? That one was called DJE Big Knife. The next one is called Reality Skin. What's this about, Andy PG?
This is absolutely insane. Apple Vision Pro lets you put a skin on your reality. Literally change.
Good evening, you're live on Rise Above.
Welcome to Rise Above. Who's there?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
We can hear you,
yeah, treat this the same as just a phone call, so don't have the Rise Above stream on, just treat it like a WhatsApp phone call.
But you turned down, don't worry.
Sweet.
Way ahead of you.
Who are we talking to here?
My name's Alexander, but you can call me Al.
Al,
how's it going, Al?
Have you called the show before?
I don't think I have, no. I've been in the chat a little bit, but I haven't called you guys before.
Thanks very much for joining us on this Friday evening, Al. What's on your mind?
Yeah, what brings you here, sir?
Well, first of all, I was just looking at the video and I was just wondering where Crocodile Dundee is when you need him. Somebody else has just put that in the chat, actually, because, you know, everybody's got a bigger knife, right?
That's not a knife.
Yeah. That's a knife.
But no, what was on my mind was really just, I mean, I'm a little bit longer in the tooth than a few people. I'm 50, and I've been looking at this situation for a long time. I was reading David Icke's books back in mid-90s, really, and starting to get a look on the world that really kind of got me asking some questions about this whole place, where we're living, what's going on. And something really strikes me when we're looking at these situations, like wondering what's a PSYOP, what isn't a PSYOP, what's going on here, there, everywhere. And I wanted to just kind of reflect back to William Shakespeare
Because he said all the world's a stage, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So if we look at that broadly and take that statement really to its fullest and say, well, okay, all the world's a stage.
This is a holographic construct.
Exactly. To an extent, that is exactly it. So from that perspective, the reality that you perceive outside of yourself, everything that's coming in through your senses, is a psychological operation. Like your psyche is literally working to interpret the field that's bringing information in through your senses, right? So it's all a psyop. The whole of the world that you're perceiving is a psyop. So you have to treat everything that you perceive with that element of critical awareness to an extent. Everything that you're looking at, everything you can hear, maybe not everything you can smell or touch, that's a little bit different, but certainly what you see and hear, you've got to take all of that with a pinch of salt, really. Everything that motivates you to feel an emotion, to have some kind of reaction to it, that's designed. I think that's really where we are. That's what this reality is. It's designed to do things to us, to get us to react or respond. It's here to wake us up, right? I mean, you guys talk about that.
Your take sounds awfully like Mark Devlin's. Mark Devlin has come to a very, very similar conclusion. That I
haven't watched Mark Devlin recently, actually.
He's come to the conclusion that this realm is here to almost, if you like, torment us as individuals.
Well,
like everyone says lots, from lots of ancient traditions, they sort of hint towards this life being a test. Maybe Mark is saying that is, he's maybe agreeing with that, but saying there's more of a sinister element to it.
Well, it sounds kind of black-pilled, if you ask me. I mean, I'd be more inclined to go with the likes of people like James True and look at this world as a dojo. Okay. This is a dojo. So this is like when you go to karate when you're a kid and your mum drops you off. Yeah, right. So she drops you off at the karate class and you don't know what's going to happen. And she doesn't really tell you because she's like, this kid's got to fucking toughen up. It's a jungle out there, right? So I'm not going to tell him that he's going to dojo. And she just drops you off and go, here you go. Spend the next couple of hours here. And you're like, right, what's going on? And suddenly people start beating you up and that. And you're like, well, what the fuck is this? And it's like, well, this is dojo. This is what it is. If I told you what it was going to be before you went there, then you wouldn't really benefit from it. And that's kind of what we're doing in this life. I think whether we choose to come here ourselves or I don't know. None of us really know. But the point is that you guys talk about the number 33 a lot, right?
Yeah.
And you could argue that, we can find things that we go looking for, but ultimately there are 33 vertebrae in the human spine. Okay.
Correct.
There's a reason why this number is significant. It's because it's about us standing up. That's what we're being told. Excuse me, I'll just belch there. But this is basically the deal. These numbers are pertinent because they're actually telling us about ourselves. They are informing us. So this comes back to this idea of the difference between what is inside us and what is outside of us.
So would you tend to go towards that there is some higher programming or God, if you will, that's delivering this knowledge through numerology?
I wouldn't necessarily.
Otherwise, where does it come from, or is it just a coincidence?
I think reality is mechanical.
Numbers are just a way of us expressing what we experience in terms of changes in quantity or magnitude, right? That's all they are.
Okay.
They're just ways of us understanding types of change. That's the only reason they exist, so that we can actually express that experience of things getting bigger, smaller, larger. That's all it is, right?
Yeah.
So in terms of who, God, these are questions that we can't answer them from in here. We don't know. Everybody makes their guess. I heard something great the other day. Somebody said that spirituality is the wind and religion is just the weather report trying to explain it.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Just to, there are things that we can't really understand from our perspective, where we're stuck in this mind. Okay, if you have a mind, then essentially you are able to be controlled. So it's not really something that we can answer. Everybody can take their best guess, and everybody can have their belief as to what is going on in terms of the bigger picture outside of this reality, but nobody knows until we get that one way out.
The problem is what's manifesting currently in our reality in the West, for sure anyway, is that people's perception of, religion or their concept of the way of life is directly affecting others negatively in a massive way.
Okay. Sure. Well, you guys have heard of you must have heard of quantum physics to some extent, and maybe you've heard of something called the double slit experiment.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so is reality actually happening to us from the outside, or are we projecting it? Energy flows where attention goes. And then we look at the double slit experiment, and literally it shows us that where we place our attention, the waveform collapses into a particle, into a fixed point in what we call space-time, right? So what is really going on? When we talk about what's manifesting in the world, well, maybe it's manifesting as a result of the things that we're not facing and taking responsibility for inside ourselves, specifically inside our minds. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And I've thought
it's very easy to go on.
I've thought like that on many occasions, and I'm not disregarding it. But if that's true, I mean, what I would say is that there are also other sentient meat suit operators going around doing the same thing, and our realities overlap.
Yes.
And not every. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is the idea of the self-manifesting idea that, if you're about love and light, then you'll get love and light. That's all well and good, but the thing is, not everyone is doing that, and I think sometimes that kind of thinking can actually make you a little bit defenseless, because
you're a sitting duck.
Well, that's where the idea of sovereignty really comes in, because if you give permission for somebody to project onto you or into your reality experience, then that's a pretty stupid thing to do, ultimately. So, when you talk about what's manifesting and how it doesn't all seem to be within our individual control, it's because actually when we really look at what we're doing, the psychological contracts that we're binding ourselves into with regard to that which we would perceive as other or outside of ourselves, whether that's other people or whether it's egregores like institutions like government, which basically means mind control.
Correct.
We're entering into contracts all the time through consent.
So I guess what you're saying, if you choose to live in a country that's run by an institution that's fulfilling the Kalergi plan, and someone Allahu Akbars you in the street, then it's because you've made a conscious decision to live in a country that's run by an institution that's enacting the Kalergi plan. Is that what you mean? Because that's basically.
It might be even more than that. It might be even more than that. It might be that you've made a conscious decision to actually believe that the things that are happening outside of you are not your responsibility, and that you are not an active participant in the projection and creation of the reality that you're experiencing. So that would be victimhood, right?
So would you say then, by us showcasing current events, talking about them, discussing them with callers, do you think that's manifesting a negative reality? Do you think we're doing it to ourselves?
I think it could be. I think we all could be.
That's what I'm talking about, like as a collective. Everyone who's watching the show, everyone who's calling in, me and Lance here who are projecting this out. Do you think that everyone involved in this process of what we're doing here in the studio is manifesting a negative reality? Do you think we're doing it to ourselves?
It's not necessarily a question of positive or negative. Remember, this is a polarity dojo. It's not a question of favoring one over the other. Where there is one, there will be the other, because of that need for balance. Okay, all of existence is in fact one, but we are in a polarity equation, which is why we experience things that either take us one way or another, depending on which.
Can you go into it? Can you speak to? Right? What did you say there? A reality equation.
Yeah. So basically, positive, negative, dark and light, good and bad, or good and evil. You know, we all of these polarities exist within our reality. We find them everywhere, right?
Sure.
Okay. So that's kind of the deal that we are. I mean, look at your own brain. It's literally split into two hemispheres, right? You've got the left brain and the right brain. So we are actually split in two ourselves. We exist within a polarity equation. The point of coming to this dojo is to actually transcend that, to realize that at the core of experience, there is just I am. Not I am a this, a that, a socialist, a capitalist, anything. It's just I am. That's where each of us stands individually in our experience of the world that we are perceiving through our minds, really, ultimately. Whether that's actually how we should best be perceiving or trying to perceive our reality is another question. But at the core of it, really, I am is all we are. And if you need to go further, then you could say, well, I am here. And if you need anything more, then you could say, I am here now. And most of us, human beings anyway, forget the animal kingdom and nature, but most of us, we spend pretty much all of our lives either reflecting back to a vaguely remembered past with questionable facets of memory, or projecting into an imagined future. How much time do we actually spend in the present moment?
Not enough for most people.
Hardly any. So, like, you were talking about how, you know, whether you guys and all of us here are actually manifesting, and everybody participating, whatever they're doing around the world in any moment is manifesting what happens and what we're experiencing. Well, how does everybody feel right now? Having looked at this Henry Novak footage, having looked at the bombing of Gaza, having looked at all of the things that we've experienced. I mean, I remember I lived in Southampton for about 10 years, and I remember on September 11th, 2001, I was doing the decor for a club night down in Ocean Village. And we heard that this thing had happened, and so we put it on the screens, and I watched this on 4 massive nightclub screens and watched those buildings come down and watched everything that happened afterwards in the weeks and years that followed. And then I remember marching with about at least maybe 2 million people through London to try and prevent Tony Blair from taking us into the second Iraq War. Yeah, did nothing.
Of course.
Did nothing. Right? Of course. So, yeah, are we all manifesting all? I don't know, but I'm pretty convinced that we have a lot to do with what's going on. It's not just them or they. I think they is us. It's all of us. And when we talk about things like sovereignty on a real full level, what we're talking about is not so much just the power to choose for ourselves, but the responsibility that comes with it. You can't have any power without the responsibility that you hold that comes with it. And that's the thing that we're afraid of the most. It's the responsibility. It's the accountability. You are fully responsible. That's what's scary.
No, I agree with that. That in the end of the day, we are responsible for everything that happens to us.
We have to be.
No, absolutely.
We have to be. Otherwise, nothing's going to change, is it? You know, if you want your world to change, then you have to take responsibility for everything that happens in your world,
you have to
right?
vote for change.
Yeah, just vote harder, right?
Yeah, vote harder, Daddy. Well, some very interesting points there. Adding a different viewpoint to tonight's table. So I'll thank you for that, Al. Thank you very much.
I just wanted to add this little point, or a couple of little things, in terms of ways that we could actually look at how we live. The idea of anarchy, right? Okay, where does that word come from? Anarchy.
I can
right?
tell you're a sort of student of Mark Passio's work.
No, not necessarily. He's a little bit angry for me.
No, I'm not talking about his personality. I'm talking about his work.
To be honest with you, I've come to a lot of these conclusions on my own. I try not to watch too many other people because I like to at least attempt to make the realizations that I have within this lifetime authentic to me.
Okay.
If they happen to be similar to those that other people have, then that's interesting.
Yes, it's very similar.
But really, I think the point of actually trying to be authentic is that you have to risk being burnt at the stake. Ultimately, right? You have to risk, in order to be absolutely true to yourself and authentic to yourself, you have to risk being the one that stands out from the crowd, and the crowd, the herd, turning around and going, well, we don't like you because you're showing something that we don't want to see. I mean, this is what the witch burnings were all about, right? This is where people got burnt at the stake and sacrificed and killed. And they have been throughout history, you know, because people say what they really believe, regardless of what anybody else thinks. And that's a massive risk to take. But anarchy, right? Archon. What's an archon in Greek? It's a leader. It's a ruler, right? Anarchy just means no rulers. It means you're the ruler of you. You're the ruler of your world, your reality. You're in charge and you're responsible, right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean no rules. It just means no rulers.
No rulers, right? Exactly. It doesn't mean no rules. In fact, it means that you have to make rules for yourself. Because here's the thing, right? What have self-discipline and what self-respect got in common? Well, discipline comes from disciple, right? So you're not going to respect, you're not going to follow, rather, something that you don't respect. Okay, so self-discipline is self-respect. Does that make sense?
What about Keir Starmer? Should we follow him?
No.
Do you think he's got self-respect?
No.
No.
No, I think he's a cuck. I think he sold himself out a long time ago. I don't think he wants the responsibility that comes with taking his sovereignty seriously. Of course not. Who he sold himself out to, who knows, who cares? But no, you only have to look at that man for a second to see that he's not standing in his own sovereign power at all.
I've only got to look at the picture of him and Jimmy Savile when he was young.
Is it confirmed? Is it confirmed that was him?
Yeah, that was him. Al, it's been great chatting to you tonight, mate. We better wrap it up at 10:33.
I still think you do.
All right, thank you for calling in. The first time you've called in the show. Great to hear from you, Al.
Yeah, call in another time, Al, mate. Great to talk to you.
Yeah, nice one. Will do.
Word
All right,
to you
take
now.
care, fellas.
Rise above.
You and yours.
Generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
Okay, so
another take there.
I was going to play
This is
video.
absolutely
Check this out.
insane. Apple Vision Pro lets you put a skin on your reality, literally changing what you see in any theme you want. Everything's still the same as it normally would be, it's just had a theme change. Imagine changing your surroundings into ancient times or maybe even retro 1950s. It can really be anything that you want. People will be living in a totally different reality to you. This can't be good for people. But don't worry, most people are cooked already anyway. Most people arguably live in a different reality as it is now. It also allows you to place workplaces around your house as you walk around, like a screen in your kitchen or a full office with multiple layouts. You can ignore your whole family, cut out the outside world and phase out completely, like most people have already.
It's phenomenal.
Like, let's just think about this for a moment. You can put a skin on your reality.
It's just like wrapping your car, Lance.
Yeah, so like you don't...
Or dyeing your hair.
So think about it, like you obviously you won't own your house.
No. Your pod. You've got your pod.
Your pod, which
pod
you
of
rent.
8. Yes.
And inside your pod, it will just be plain, like, but you won't ever need to decorate it because you just put a new skin on it because you're just looking through the goggles.
Each one of the 8 the pod participants, the PP, they will have their own skin.
So it will look different to everyone.
Yeah, to everyone. Yeah.
But the thing is, what that will mean is over time, no one will care what.
No,
like,
it will just be literally like a prison cell.
What the surface of anything looks
like. A prison cell. It'd be like a prison cell.
Yeah, but also no one will bother to paint anything anymore or maintain any surfaces.
Just think about this. Just think about this. When the tech's gone, everyone's got their Neuralink. You won't even need the physical face.
No, you won't
mask.
need to wear the
It'll
goggles.
just be directly into your neurosphere.
You won't care if your missus is ugly. You can just put a skin on her so she looks fit. Amazing.
Well, you won't even have a missus. Your genitals won't even work at this point. You'll just have like a robot dick, a robot dick and an AI missus. Is that how it goes?
Something like that, I guess. Yeah.
And you don't even physically have sex because you can't, because your body's just too toxified from the.
No, it'll just be
the
some
diet.
sort of like
you'll
subscription based
your
online
orgasm,
experience.
Your orgasm will come through your Neuralink.
Amazing. It sounds great. Right, next random video. Check this out.
Tukaj si lahko pogledamo neko degenerično umetnost. Neke reptile, ki držijo v rokah družino. Sred Evropskega parlamenta.
Oh, Michael. Looks like we've got another caller.
Good evening, you're live and Rise Above. Who is this?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, loud and clear, Michael.
Can you hear us?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. I think I took some of the same acid as Alan back in the 90s.
Right, who are we talking to here?
You're talking to, well, I'm on this WhatsApp. I'd rather keep a bit anonymous, but International Driving Glitterati.
International Driving Glitterati?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, sweet. So
IDG.
What are you saying, IDG?
I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
What brings you here on the phone line this evening?
Right. Okay. I just want to sort of bring it back to the Henry Nowak thing, right? Which is, but I just wanted to. I know the Ramish community will be aware of this and everything, but in police training, right? They use NLP. I'm sure you're aware of that, right, guys?
Yeah, neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. And basically, the police, all the police, they're all trained to not trust anyone, let alone the public at large.
Okay.
And as your man Josh was saying earlier on, about they have to deal with dicks and all sorts of stuff. And we've all seen it, fucking absolute muppets giving the police shit when they're pissed or whatever. They take some shit. But, this NLP stuff, some of those people do go into the police to do the right thing. They're like prefects. They're the yes people, aren't they? And they don't question much. And they're then subjected to NLP training, which they're not even aware is being used on them. And they come out from that training. For example, I know someone whose daughter joined the police, and after training, she was a abhorrent person. Even they were so proud that their daughter was being a policewoman,
But then afterwards, they were just like, mate, she's changed.
Yeah, because
know,
she's been through the mind program.
So what you're saying is, because at the start you said they get NLP training. I thought you meant they get trained to use NLP on people. But what you're saying is NLP is used on them.
They get mind controlled.
NLP is used on them in their training to become a policeman. Right, okay, I get you.
Yes. And that makes them very, very dangerous.
Have you seen the reel that we put up on Tuesday night when we went there? Like those two policemen I spoke to, they're dead, mate.
Yeah, they were like literal
they've
NPCs.
Been through mind control, and probably very recently they look like they're still shocked from it.
This is what I'm trying to say. Is I just wanted to put it out to the Ramish community. You know that you've got to be aware that when you interact with these people. Like, these were the prefects at school. These are the people, and I'm not saying they're all bad,
these are the people that got bullied at school.
The prefects got bullied. That's why they became prefects.
There is that side of it, man. But what I'm saying is they're like unquestionable people, you know, and they think they're doing good. They think they're in. And there is like an old saying, you know, like power can bring corruption. And there's bad apples in every car. I'm not making excuses for the police. I hate them, like, you know, and the whole justice system is fully corrupt on one level, man. You know, I know people that have had I know a guy that was got nicked with like a kilo of weed, right? When it went to court, there was half a kilo, and because he was actually an honest guy, he kind of stood up and said to the judge, "Well, no, this isn't right." And his brief grabbed him and took him to one side and was like, "Well, you're about to double your sentence. You just want to shut up." Do you know what I mean? So there's corruption. There's corruption everywhere. And but regarding the police, it's very important to understand that. And I'm not making. To understand they are trained, and they have NLP used on them. They end up, as the example from my mate's daughter, she was like fucking asking questions about their behaviour. You know, they just get trained into not trusting anyone. So when they turned up and saw that kid there, along with this other training that that's taken place on this DEI stuff, you know, the first thing in their mind is you don't trust anyone. Admittedly, they did listen to that guy who's standing up, who's done the knifing.
The brown man.
They do say to him, but you will see in that video, he does say, stand back. Yeah, just stand over there. You don't want him near him. They're trained to not fucking trust anyone. Do you know what I mean? And,
I agree. Yeah, because you never know what's going to happen. That's why, like, being a policeman is one of the, and the same being in the military, like on the front line, like it's one of the worst things for your brain. Like adrenaline is like negative adrenaline is one of the worst possible things for your actual brain physically. To keep having adrenaline pumped into your brain in a negative way when you like fight or flight, shit yourself. You don't know if you're going to get stabbed. You don't know if someone like whatever. You don't know if you're going to go to a car accident. Someone's got their head taken off. Like it's really bad for your brain physically.
Yeah, I concur completely. I totally agree, man. You know, that is totally right.
So I think to summarise what you're saying, it's like when you deal with these people when they've been through this training. It's almost like you're not actually dealing with a regular human anymore. You're dealing with someone that's like a corporate bot.
The longer they serve on the front line, like on the streets, the more shit they see, the worse it is. The more like zombie-like, more detached from humanity they become.
Yeah,
they're not like humans, mate. If you look at them and talk to one, they stand different, they talk different, they behave differently. Like even when they're off duty, they all hang around together. Because nobody wants to go to the pub with the copper. You know what I mean? They haven't really got friends that aren't in their little cult. It's all very like it's fucking weird. It is a cult. It is a cult.
It is very much a cult, mate. You know, they wear the stiletto tartan on their hat, the black and white. It's all mixed up with Freemasonry. You know, they all get it's fucking. You know, it's quite dark on one side.
Of course, it is.
You know what I mean? So they do end up in a fucked up head state, you know. And this is something a policeman told me, who I know, and like, you know, basically it's like on a Sunday, what we want on a Sunday afternoon is a big car crash somewhere. So we don't care if they're a drunk driver. So we can go somewhere where we're actually needed, because otherwise we end up going to like domestic fucking disputes and stuff, and Sharon comes out with a black eye and a bleeding lip, and we're like, oh, okay, so your fucking husband's beating you up, and then she's like rolling on the floor, oh, don't arrest him, he doesn't mean it, he loves me. They just have to deal with like the absolute most abhorrent situations, and they just end up, as you say, and this is what this training helps them do, is they just detach from it
to
and
dehumanise
just
them.
look at everybody. They dehumanise them, mate. Yeah, and that's what I just wanted to bring to the Rise Above community. That be careful around these people. You know, never talk to the police. Just no commenting the whole fucking way, the whole way. Right? If you ever have to do, don't interact. Even more so nowadays with all of their cameras, which are getting your face recognition and all that. Just fucking stay away from them, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Fair play to you boys going down Southampton. Yeah, getting near it, but yeah, stay away from Babylon.
No. We stayed.
That was as close as we wanted. That was actually a bit too close for comfort from us.
Comfortable distance there. We left before things got really spicy and tasty.
No, I know you did.
Yeah,
I know you did, boys. I know you know what you're doing, but yeah, just for the community at large, like, you know, just bear in mind that when you see the police, even if you had to call them because you were fucking getting burgled or something bad's happening. Here's another example. I know a guy down here, we live completely rural, don't want to mention it, southwest. And this guy, you know, his farm's being burgled, right? So his missus phones the police. He's like, we're being burgled. They're like, well, we've got 6 people that are patrolling this part of the county. It's Saturday night and they're all in the city dealing with dickheads, right? So they're like, we'll try and get someone there as soon as possible. She's like, yeah, but we're being burgled. They're like, well, just get yourself in your bedroom and fucking barricade yourself in.
Wow.
So like, so hubby's like, I'm not fucking having that. Into the shotgun fucking cabinet, got clock, doors open. She then shits herself, phones the police and says, I've just phoned you, I'm being burgled. My hubby's fucking gone out with a shotgun. They're like, right, we're on the way, and there's a helicopter up. So
yeah,
they don't trust anyone, and it's like, you know, do you see what I'm saying?
They'll come out
like,
for you with a shotgun for defending your property, but not for the guys that they didn't ask if the burglars had a shotgun, did they?
No. So go back to this Henry Nowak thing and all that that's going on. Like, it's the same sort of scenario, but it's got racing involved. You know, that was why on white crime, someone burgling someone else, but actually the person that's good, the person that's in the right, is now being victimised by the police because they're thinking he's going to commit a crime. So it's just their training, and they're fucked up from it. And that system is a bit fucked up. And I do agree with Alan on the anarchy thing. You know, a lot of people don't want responsibility. And the hardest responsibility is to be responsible yourself, using your self-discipline without being told what to do. It's easy to go to work or get to go to school when your mum fucking gets you out of bed every morning. But, you know, you stand on your own feet, you make your own choices. That's very difficult. I live by that same rule. We don't need governance. I know what's right and wrong, and I'm not out to hurt anyone. But, you know, some people don't want to take on that level of responsibility in this existence, which is fair enough. You know, that's why...
They need to be someone else's pet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's why the police are there. But yeah, to the Ramish community, just, avoid Babylon, never, ever trust them. I know they already know that, but the fact
wise words.
Wise words indeed.
Wise words.
Yeah. Now that they've had sophisticated psychological fucking programming undertaken on them, they're even more dangerous than back in the day when your Bobby gave you a clip round the ear, if you know what I mean.
They are, absolutely.
The good old days. Back in the good old days, mate.
Anyway, it's great to talk to you. Thanks for calling in this evening.
Thanks, guys. I'd like to talk to you again sometime.
Anytime we have customer services, you're welcome anytime,
I'll send you
mate.
a quick text. I'll send you a quick text after this, and you make it out what you want. Cheers, guys.
All right, thanks, man. Word to your nan.
Word to your nan.
Bye, man.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
I think that should probably be the last caller because
I reckon so.
Yeah, we'll close the phone lines there, and we've got a few minutes though.
Yeah, we've got a few minutes.
Let me just change that round. So I do need to remind everyone that if you want the full Rise Above experience, it's never going to be on YouTube anymore. It's over on Patreon.
Let me tell you, unbelievable.
On these live streams, even when we're not taking calls, we haven't really talked about many different subjects tonight. We normally do like 20 or 30 different subjects. But Patreon is very different, Andy PG.
Absolutely.
There are now over 300 videos on Patreon.
Gosh.
We go a lot deeper. We take our time a lot more. We slow it down. We get the professor pad out. We draw a lot more diagrams.
There's more racism.
there's a lot more spicy content over on Patreon. So please sub to Patreon. You can go over there for free. It's only £3 a month to unlock everything.
But you don't really want to go there for free. You want to go there with £3 a month or $3.33.
Yeah, it's worth it. And you can do a whole year for 30 quid. There is also a singles room and various other chat rooms. Is that?
I think that's a message from our man.
Ah, right, yeah, that was a message. So, over the next couple of weeks, there's going to be some broadcasts, but there's not going to be any fresh lives. Okay, so there's going to be for a few weeks a little hiatus. There will still be a broadcast on Friday nights on here, so you guys can get in the chat. There are a few videos lined up on Patreon. If you're a new subscriber,
we recorded one before we went live tonight. Actually,
oh yeah, I've still got them scheduled into next week.
We've got a quiver.
And of course, if you go over there and sub now by scanning the QR code, you go to the library. There are hundreds of videos to watch. Some of them are hours long, and it's going to be a very different experience to on YouTube.
Check out An Evening With series.
Yeah, they're really
that's
good.
One of my favourites.
Yeah, we've also got some awesome watch
Josh,
parties.
if you're listening, still go to Patreon and listen to An Evening with Nick Griffin. Seriously,
you might be surprised.
Yeah, you're going to be surprised, mate.
Nick Griffin is not the.
He's my favourite politician.
He's not the monster you think he is.
He's my favourite politician.
I don't even think he's racist. Let's just play this. No context.
While we are being served dessert, we have a very special treat for you. Benjamin Shapiro is 12 years old. He'll be accompanied by his father, David. He began training in the violin at age 5. In addition to the violin, he plays chess, loves baseball, completes in track and field. His goal is to become the first Orthodox rabbi to sit on the Supreme Court.
Who the fuck thinks about that at they're 12 years old? I want to be the first Orthodox rabbi to sit on the Supreme Court.
An Orthodox Jew.
Yeah, but that's what Ben Shapiro thinks about when he's 12. Yeah. What are the chances of this? Larry King introducing a 12-year-old Ben Shapiro to perform the theme from Schindler's List at the 1996 Israeli Bonds banquet. Yes, this is real.
Meaning of court will have to close at 3 o'clock on Friday.
Watch for the eyebrows.
Also, he wants to be the first to give a concert at Carnegie Hall. However, before all of this, he has to be bar mitzvahed. He will play for us the theme from Schindler's List. Ladies and gentlemen, Benjamin Shapiro.
But now he does podcasts on YouTube.
yeah, right.
Watch for the eyebrows.
Look at that little hat. I just thought this was so.
God, just let him out. See,
go on then.
Just a little bit. There's the eyebrows. There they are.
They've definitely got thicker.
They definitely. But you can see, look, they look weird. Even when he's young, look, they look weird. The eyebrows look weird. Everyone knows it. Go on X and type in, or Instagram, and just type in Ben Shapiro eyebrows and see what you get. Just see what you get.
So
he's mind controlling us.
Pointing this out,
like the fucking filth.
That this kid has been groomed from a young age for this position. This is very sheep farm Mark Devlin-esque.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Because they build whole presentations showing the coincidence of these people that come to these positions of prominence. And look, this mad coincidence when they were 6 years old.
On Larry King.
They appeared here. They go back up to the top there because that's the right setup.
Oh, beg your pardon, Michael.
There you go. And they appear in an audience somewhere. or on a quiz show or something like that.
Just changed. We just had 233 people tuned in. Now we've got 234.
Not bad, not bad. So yeah, big shout out to everyone that has tuned in tonight. Let's go. Oh yeah, drone wars. Right, you know,
let's do it. Let's
right,
do it.
drone wars. So
we've been covering this for a few weeks.
It's been a running topic here because it is a new technological advancement in warfare. What's going on in Ukraine, in the Donbass region with the Ukraine-Russia war. We all know about these drone wars, right? And we've seen all the videos of people getting taken out by drones and all
we're kind of at a stepping stone process in the way modern warfare has been going to be done in the future, because in the future there won't be any peasants involved, any meat suits at all. All the meat suits will just die in their pods, their peasant pods in their 15-minute cities. They won't need to go out on the battlefield. They just die there. They have a
just
short...
be like drones attacking infrastructure.
Yeah, and stuff like that, and just Tesla bots just running around the place.
Right. So if you're under attack from drones and you want to disable the drone, how do you do it at the moment?
At the moment,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
There's a few ways. You can shoot it down.
Yeah.
They've got that electromagnetic pulse gun deal, which
Yeah.
can destroy its thing.
So
they've got drones which actually run on the cable,
right,
as well. Where they have to be in a certain
So
range of this
but
cable.
one of the main
You can destroy the
techniques.
cable.
One of the main techniques is jamming the frequency.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's with the weapon, the gun thing.
Yeah, but jamming the frequency only works if the drone is radio controlled. What if the drone is controlled by fiber optic wire?
That's what I was talking about on the wire.
This is not a spider web, not strange vines, and not a careless fisherman dragging his lines across the terrain. This is what now blankets the fields of Ukraine. You see, as you all know, drones have become a defining part of Ukraine's new reality. But no matter how impressive classic drones may be, they still have one major weakness. If a regular radio-controlled drone is hit by strong electronic interference, it can lose its link to the operator and simply fall to the ground. But everything changed when fiber optic drones appeared. Instead of relying on radio waves, they stay connected through it.
What a fantastic use of AI to
Yeah.
make an informative, catchy song.
Absolutely, it's very, very niche. Actually, the delivery.
Have you seen these drones?
This
the
is what I was
fibre optic
talking about.
drones?
With so a way to destroy it, because they have certain types, is to take the wire out.
Yeah,
but that's very easily done. You do know that, right?
Yeah, but but if you see the drone coming, if you've got a drone that can't be detected,
Yeah, but they've got special detectors which detect the wires.
Oh, really?
And they go for the wires. They're like, yeah, fuck the drone.
Through an actual physical cable that makes them completely immune to radio jamming, because the only way to cut the signal is to physically cut the fiber optic line. But this advantage comes with a hidden cost. Each disposable drone can drag up to 15 miles of fiber.
Each drone can drag
50 miles, yeah.
15 miles.
50.
50 miles. Imagine like what that is doing to the environment.
Yeah. Well, remember the Godvag video right from years ago, where he said, "What does this parasite like? It likes wires and everything being encased in wires." And he showed some pictures of like Thai and like Vietnamese, like Southeast Asian electrical wire ups in the street.
Right,
You know, it's like that. It likes plastic and wires and oil and things. Just engulf the whole. It likes to take over, just cover in it, like any kind of netting or covering anything that's organic.
They're behind it, and once the drone is gone, that fiber stays there, covering homes, trees, and soil. It has gotten so bad that animals are getting trapped in it. Birds are using it as nesting material, and nobody fully understands what this new layer of pollution will do to the ecosystem.
Yeah, that's shit. That's really shit.
Yeah.
Where's Greta?
Where's Greta?
Where's fucking Greta?
It's just like a whole brand new problem that's just going to get worse and worse and worse.
Right now is where we draw the line.
Oh, Evening Sheep Farm.
Big shout out to Sheep Farm. Make sure you get Dom's book. Oh yeah, I started playing this, but we didn't explain it.
Is that the book you didn't?
Tukaj si lahko pogledamo neko degenerično umetnost.
So, reptilians. This is
Shout out to
something.
David Icke.
There is a reptilian resurgence at the moment. Jason Archaics is talking about it. David Icke is being interviewed about reptilians. I don't really know what's causing it, but there is some sort of reptilian resurgence. And this is a statue or a little diorama that's in the EU headquarters, which appears to be a reptilian entity holding a smaller diorama of like the nuclear family or something like that, like a human family diorama.
Tukaj si lahko pogledamo neko degenerično umetnost, neke reptile, ki držijo
reptile, so they're saying, look, they're reptiles, they're reptilians.
V rokah družino. Sred evropskega.
Hang on, wait, go back. Go back. Look, pause it. It's the same thing as there's three there. They're mimicking the three reptiles are sitting there, the same as in the diorama.
I didn't clock that.
Yeah, look, there's three of them. Look, there's a little lad on the side. Look.
Oh, I see.
And that one to the right is looking at the one in the middle.
Is the one on the right?
Yeah, look.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Neke reptile, ki držijo v rokah.
I don't know what it means.
Sred evropskega.
There's a little one.
I think that represents the fourth dimensional reptilians that are looking on our reality.
Potentially, or it could be representing that they've completely just mind controlled the Goya.
Anyway, it's a very, very strange choice for something to have at the EU headquarters.
Is it though?
No, actually, it's not. It's a perfectly makes sense choice for something to have at a Black Cube organisation headquarters. So, guys, we are going to wrap it up there. It's 11 o'clock. The show's been 3 hours. We promised to do a full 3-hour show.
Great callers tonight.
Yeah, amazing callers. The phone line's been absolute fire. Big shout out to everyone that has joined us, everyone in the comment section, everyone that's supporting Rise Above. Don't forget to get the Cubish Word Map t-shirt. That is one of the new designs, which is available in the merch shop.
Check out Patreon. Get into that. All over that.
Yeah, Patreon. If you want to buy us a coffee, that's another way to support us. And we will be back in a couple of weeks with a live stream.
But we've got plenty coming out on Patreon.
Plenty coming out on Patreon. So if you want more Rise Above, make sure you sub there. Everybody, word to your nan. Thank you for joining us for customer services.
Word.
Word.